Who's taking the intro? I guess I will. Welcome to the Heavy Drinking Podcast. This is your host, Paolo. I'm sitting here with my boy, Jay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
And my other boy, Dave.
Hey.
And Jeff.
Oh, I'm not your boy.
Yeah, you're my boy.
Fuck off.
I don't call anybody my boy.
You
That was really the first time I've ever done that.
He wasn't paying attention when you said you were taking the intro.
Yeah.
No,
I said I wasn't taking the intro, but you said you were
Oh.
going to play that song after the intro song.
Oh, no, that's from commercial, so stay tuned for that.
Oh, there's a song. I'm not taking the intro.
You sipping on some Karmic Daru over there, Dave?
That's how we do it here at the Heavy
You know what?
Drinking
I've been
Podcast.
trying to get something off my chest for like 3-4 weeks. Ravi left his cooler here.
Dude, stop saying that out loud.
I'm not trying to
We
like.
could beep that up.
I'm not trying to like gank
Where is
his
it?
cooler.
I am.
It's over. Really?
Yeah.
No, we can edit that out. I want another tap handle before we start stealing stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
We have a special guest in the house.
We do.
And you know what? It's kind of messed up how we started like a Heavy Drinking Podcast because this is supposed to be a crossover episode.
Yeah, that's true. It's not.
Yeah. Jay, do you want to introduce our friend here?
I will because you don't remember his name.
I do.
I'm not convinced, Paul.
No, because I feel like I'm gonna miss something, and I feel like you're a lot better at it.
Today we have 50% of the Full Pours podcast with us, Mr. Pat DiCaprio.
How we doing?
Yes.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
This is a podcast on podcast.
Pat,
It is.
Yeah.
Pat, I knew that.
I'm not convinced you knew that.
I knew that.
I'm just gonna say.
I'm a dick and I called him out.
So we're doing a joint episode. What's your partner's name?
Well, you
He was
only met
supposed to
him
be here,
once in a crowd of
Yeah,
like
I did.
150
we
people.
we're missing my other half, Mr. Joe Belletti.
Joe Belletti.
too. I don't
He,
think I've met Joe before. have
Yeah,
I?
No.
I don't know. He runs a tree service, and we had those tornadoes, and he's really fucking busy. Like,
Do you
holy
guys-
fuck, is he busy right now?
Do you guys have a theme song, like an intro?
No,
It's just like
No?
music,
No, I
right?
just-
Can we
have
make
to-
one for you?
I don't know.
Full Pours! Do-do-do-do-do. Full Pour!
You're an idiot.
No?
Yeah, so for those who don't know and don't live in Connecticut, because we do have some listeners in Sweden, apparently.
One.
Shout out to Sweden.
Person.
I
I hope his name's Igor.
We
That'd be
almost all
awesome.
died this week in a tornado. Or it was actually last week, I guess, right?
It was
last week.
Yeah. I was out of power for 5 days. Did
I was
anybody else lose power?
I was out of power for like 6 minutes.
Me too.
I lost
about
it for
20 minutes.
Yeah, a few minutes.
It was a total fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah, my boss thinks I lost it for like 12 hours. But they're not listening to this, so I'm not worried.
I think what happened.
Well
the-
played.
The last time I lost power was for 5 days also. So when the power went out during that storm last week, I think I motherfucked and you cunted Mother Nature enough that she was like, fine, here's your power back.
Didn't you say you
Okay.
like it took you like half an hour to drag your generator out, and as soon as you like
Yeah, power.
turned it on, the power came back on?
Yeah, everything came back on again.
That's funny. But we've been away for a while. We actually planned to do an episode last week that didn't work out.
The weather kind of
Shout out to Bill Steinwalker.
Speaking of Mother Nature.
We were at his bachelor party, or his stag, and yeah, it was a big pissing down rain. So we were supposed to record from it, but we couldn't. We ended up not being able to set it up. Great beers, good times, good dudes, and I got really fucked up. Jay,
You were very drunk because you don't eat meat and there was no non-meat.
that's also
But
true.
there was lots of tasty meat. I had lots of it.
Yeah. Oh, I did. For sure.
Pat
I
was
super
also
full.
at the stag bar.
Those balls in my mouth were great.
Well, I mean, I definitely had a lot of meat in my mouth. It just
Before
wasn't.
we get too far, let's not forget the housekeeping. FlyingCornhole.com, everybody, is one of our sponsors.
We played it with Pat earlier tonight.
We did. If you wonder why the video stopped abruptly, that's because my phone died. Because I
Just
don't
like
charge
my
phone.
dreams.
Because I don't charge my phone.
But yeah, FlyingCornhole.com. It's a custom cornhole board company out of Fairfield, Connecticut. Check out their page. Actually, some guys from work were interested. They were looking at some stuff. So
They're fast boards.
yeah.
They are.
Yep.
yeah, and remember the boards are stationary, as Paulo likes to.
Yes,
point
the
out.
boards.
It's,
The cornhole isn't flying.
bean
The bang
bags.
bags. The bean
Bang
bags.
bags.
The bang bags.
Also,
Those
Lyft. If
boys
you're
are
in need of a ride because you've had a long night of drinking, download the Lyft app and use promo code Heavy18, and you will get $20 credit towards your first 4 rides. That's $5 per ride. If
Yeah.
my math is correct.
You could be a scumbag 4 times and save money every time.
All the social media, Facebook, Heavy Drinking Podcast, Heavy Drinking, No G Pod at us at that. on Twitter.
Dude, Twitter, Twitter
not
sucks.
Yeah, we don't use it.
No,
We
it-
just say that.
It,
Yeah.
Twitter is so like 8th graders.
We
Yeah,
actually don't use it at
Instagram, we're
all.
very active on because Paulo takes care of that.
Yeah.
He's very good at it.
Also, give a shout out to Colin Oates.
Call and Oates. Yeah, we told you about that.
Everybody call
You have
Colin
4
Oates.
options.
You
of,
get to choose a
Call
Colin
and
Oates
Oates
song.
songs.
Yeah.
203-463-4043. Call and talk to us. If you catch us while we're recording, you don't hear this right now because we're not live.
That is not Colin Oates' phone number. That's the heavy
But you can
drinking
call,
phone number.
leave us a message, tell us a story or a joke, or heavydrinkerpodcast.com if you want to see other stuff that I don't know what's on there because I never go on it.
Non-sponsor shout out to oxballs.com.
Oxballs, we're
Keeping it true.
recording them
Yep.
for a sponsorship.
We are. We're trying to.
They're circling the hole, if you will.
Actually, there's the perfect amount of buttholes for a fuck love right now. And
There is. That would be tough. That would be a weird.
See, it's good that Joe wasn't here. He would throw it off.
He would.
Well, someone's got to wear it.
That was bad.
That's also true.
Yeah.
An asshole's an asshole.
That was like the most appropriate version of that. I think.
Yeah. But big up to them. Keeping it strictly dudes. Those guys.
Yeah, yep. No.
I can respect
Male-
that.
male
I can respect
power.
that. You know, there's a whole other clientele out there.
Spell hole.
Tough one.
Before we go down that hole, let's not
Spell
forget.
hole.
Let's not forget our joint sponsor,
Oh,
Tavern
shit.
Tacker.
Tavern
No,
Tackers.
that's right.
It's so new, I forgot.
They're
Yes.
awesome.
They
They're
are great.
they're absolutely awesome. They've been with us since day one.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
so-
I was listening through and like everyone was like Tavern Tackers.
That's because I'm a professional motherfucker.
Yeah.
Some of the designs and stuff. I know they don't do the artwork; they just print them. But like they've been rifling off some really cool tackers for like Black Hog and stuff lately.
Yeah.
The ones that are absolutely awesome, they do wood tackers, where it basically paints it on the wood. Oh. And I've got a couple of those for my homebrew stuff, and they're the best ones I bought out of everything.
We got to talk to her about that.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
Yeah, so if you want some for your bar or restaurant or whatever you got,
Yeah. Homebrew setup.
hit them up.
Brewery.
Yeah,
And
hit them up,
actually,
mention the podcast, either Heavy Drinking or Full Pours, and you'll get a free sample tacker with your logo on it.
And actually, our
call.
our first one in the wild is up at Bar None in Derby,
Oh,
Connecticut.
that is true.
Oh, I did not know that.
Really?
I gave it to Maddie when we were hanging out the other
Nice.
day.
We're assuming he put it up.
I got a couple of Blind Rhino down in South Norwalk.
Nice.
There you go.
They're opening up a Blind Rhino in Black Rock.
In Black Rock,
Yeah.
right next to
Yeah.
Aspetuck Brew Lab.
Is that where it's going? I was
Yep.
wondering where it was going. 'Cause
Yeah.
I live right around the corner from there.
Yep.
Blind Rhino did the food at the Stag, right?
Yep, they did.
Yeah, I thought that.
All that stuff you couldn't eat.
Yeah, all the stuff I couldn't eat.
It was
definitely-
delicious.
We definitely got to do like a
from
Black
Jeff.
Rock.
Fuck you, Blind Rhino. Kidding, we love you, Casey, right? And
Casey, Matt, Jamie.
Yeah. Dude, when they open the Black Rock, we should do like a bar crawl from Dave's place.
There's plenty of them around there.
Yeah. Just walk right from his place down the road.
get you drunk.
Also, I know this is very insular, but it'll be exciting to the people in the room.
Insular?
Um,
Is that even a word?
There's a
I don't know.
It is now.
what's the name of the taco place in
Taco
Fairfield
Bell?
that everybody loves?
Taco Loco?
No,
Bar Taco.
Don Juan Taco
not Bar
Truck in
Taco,
Norwalk?
the other one.
That's all I got.
Where is it?
Poncheros?
Fairfield.
I only know Hamden.
It's not. It's
Oh,
like Bar
La-
Taco.
La
like fancy.
Salsa?
They're like fancy tacos, like Bar Taco.
La Salsa?
Well,
No.
fancy tacos. What?
Yeah, it's like
How do you make a taco fancy?
it's Fairfield. They're fancy. Dude, go to Bar Taco. Those are fancy tacos. But they're opening one in
Do you
Shelton.
think anyone else? I feel like I came up with this, but probably not. Like
This is gonna be deep.
another way to
Yeah.
name for the clitoris is the Taco Bell. Did I come up with
The
that?
No.
what? No.
Taco Bell.
I don't know.
I have not
There's
heard
the
it,
whole
but I
pink-
like it. Let's go with
That
it.
whole pink taco thing's been around for a while. Man.
Yeah, but he's talking about the clitoris specifically.
Is the Taco Bell?
Taco
It
Bell.
is the
No,
bell in the taco.
Yeah.
It looks more like a.
I mean,
I came up with it. I came up with it.
More,
it's the man in the boat?
I think you
I
should
like
stick
Taco Bell better.
more with like the bean description of the clitoris. I feel like if you're talking about Mexican food, there's a lot more options there.
Yeah.
Is anyone else
If you go
picturing?
with the bean,
the beaner in the boat.
you flicking pintos over there.
Is anyone
Yeah.
else picturing Cartman like screaming about the clitoris right now? Because that's all that's running through my head.
That never stops running through my head. I think I need therapy.
I mean, I'll agree with that.
You need the rapist.
I'll take the rapist for 400, please, Alex.
I remember the first time a girl said that in front of me. She's like, "Ah, just flicking the bean." I'm like, "What?"
Why would she say that to you?
I know it was disturbing.
Because she wanted him to do it.
Well, I didn't know what it meant, and then she explained it. I'm like,
Pat, do you want to wear my glasses?
I don't want to know about that.
That's not what she meant.
I don't know.
Wow.
I'm all about like freedom of speech, but women that talk about masturbating, they're like of
Amy
a different.
Schumer.
They're of a different class. They're like horse.
Is he doing
Girls.
it again?
Am I doing one?
yeah.
Is he doing it again?
Yeah, yeah.
What am I doing?
Ruining the adult.
Wait, is there?
Oh wait, no, he's
no,
not.
no, I didn't bring that
Don't
up.
say it.
I don't even know what the adult is.
No, he's not. But
Oh, then forget
I
I
was
was
just-
forget I said anything.
I was just opening up to you
he's
guys.
just being an asshole.
I am. It was a weird feeling. I just remember like it was awkward. I'm like, don't tell me about that. I don't want to know about you masturbating.
All right, before we get
Anyway.
too far
Oh,
into
I
it,
see what you did.
listen, before we get
I'm
too
slow.
far into it, we have a lot of fucking beer to get through today.
Yeah, we do.
So let's start right away.
because thanks to Jeff's sister.
Yeah, Jen was nice enough to send us a shitload of beer from Los Angeles. And
Shout out to Jen.
We're gonna drink it tonight.
City of Angels, I think.
Los Angeles.
Meg Ryan, Nick Cage, City of Angels.
I'm going to grab a beer. I don't know where they are. Probably somewhere in the fridge.
Top left corner.
All right. While I do that, we should talk to Pat.
Yeah,
And
I'm
you
s-
start
yeah,
telling
man.
us.
I'm saying
'cause
let's
he's
do
our
that,
guest.
but let's get him started because it's gonna take a while.
Yeah, let's get through these beers. But Pat, so when tell us a little bit about your podcast.
All right.
When did you guys start up?
Yeah, so we started August 1st last year. We are a beer and homebrewing related podcast.
Oh, so we're like actually really,
Oh yeah,
really close here.
it's been an epic battle, like so much so. You guys mentioned at Rhino when we encountered at the Blind Beer Awards about like the standoff, like Anchorman style. So I brought a bag of weapons just in case it happened.
Yo, let me see those nucks.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
he really did.
We got some
I love
knuckles.
You're going to have to re-lacquer that.
I couldn't find a trident, but I got this little cheese fork that kind of has two prongs.
You have to touch that up, Paul.
Hold on, I'm gonna use the knuckle duster on the bill.
And then this,
Those have to make it into the episode.
yeah, the meat tenderizer. It hits
There
the
you
bell
go.
real good. And then I couldn't come without a knife, so
It's like a
so
steak
I'm
knife.
prepared for the battle. You know,
All right, all
He
right.
told me he brought a meat
Our time-
tenderizer. I said, "Do you know where you're going?"
So our timelines are pretty similar. Obviously, we have a different focus. We try to sit
I'd
down.
say slightly.
I'm sorry, I'm
Slightly.
not trying to interrupt you. Jay, why are you taking every fucking beer out of the fridge right now?
cold.
Yeah, leave them there. They're supposed to be.
These
That's from
aren't.
Maine.
Yeah, this is from Maine.
Read the can.
Are
dude.
any
Read the
of
fucking
those
can.
the right ones?
These
Yeah,
are all.
These are all. These
And
are-
and there's also there's crowlers in there, right?
yeah, we should probably do the crowlers first because they're oldest.
Because the hour.
Jay just wants to sit back down.
Next time, don't sit so close to the door so you can open it.
No, that's why we put him there.
yeah, it's because we laugh. He actually got so drunk in one episode that he fell and knocked the whole thing out.
Yeah, there's
that's
two of them.
10.5%.
Jesus.
Let's start with that.
There's
know,
two of
that's
those.
gonna
There's
end
another
well.
one of those.
What are you guys
And a
gonna have?
bottle.
So sorry, Pat.
Sorry,
we
Pat.
cut you
Yeah.
off.
So we talk brewing, home brewing. We try to sit down with breweries and professionals when they'll actually respond to my emails. It's a challenge at times because they're all very busy, and
Yeah.
who the fuck am I? So
We get that a lot.
We actually just released episode 20 last week. We're kind of following this every other week schedule at the moment.
I think we kind of average it, but we don't mean to.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys know it's a lot of time to like put into this every week, especially like actually going somewhere to interview.
Right.
So I just upgraded my equipment a little bit and can do phone-ins now, which will be nice. But
But imagine
people have to respond to my emails first, so we'll see.
imagine getting the two of you in a room. It's a lot easier than getting four people in a room at the same time.
Yeah, well, generally
Everybody's got their own
only
shit.
one or the other go. Like one of us will go do the interview, either me or Joe.
Right.
And then we'll get back and we'll record like the pre and post stuff to go around it.
Gotcha.
Plus,
That makes
gotcha.
sense.
You guys,
Yeah.
you guys are cool, pretty cool guys. We have like 4 dicks in the room at one time.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have to be selective.
Hey, we had
with
Steiny
who.
and Tom M on this week, so it was
I
like the
listen-
same thing.
I was working at City Field last night, and I was listening to the episode while I was not watching the baseball game.
Yeah, well, there you go. It was this week's episode is actually our highest listened to episode thus far, like in the first 48 hours. So it's exciting. We're growing.
Nice, nice.
People, we have followers in Sweden too. It's great.
We're taking over.
Yeah, we're going global, man. It's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Plus, I feel like between the 2
You're
of our
like,
shows,
don't act like you're the only person who got Swedish followers.
I feel like between the two of our shows, we can
You sound
handle
like one
both
of those
sides
girl rappers.
and just take over the entire country.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So we got our. I don't know when this episode is actually gonna come out. They're recording tonight, but
It varies.
probably.
I try and do Mondays.
All right. So probably,
But sometimes these guys are slow to get back to me. So.
probably shortly after this is released, we've got an interview coming out on our next episode that I did with the guys at Athletic Brewing Company, and they're
Oh, yes.
100% non-alcoholic brew.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
talked
were
about that
We
at
were
the
thinking I
bachelor
was
party.
gonna try and get them on, but I thought that might be a bad idea for our show.
Yeah, you guys might be a little abrasive. Bill's
Yeah.
a super nice guy, but I think he might have a heart attack if he sat down in the room right now. So,
Because penises.
Are we? Oh, really?
penis, vagina, vagina, vagina. Yeah, that summarizes that. So yeah, if you want to check us out, we're at Full Pours Radio on all the social medias and fullpoursradio.com. We will also be teaming up with Tom M starting this week. He's got a new Stout season shirt coming out.
I
For
saw
anyone.
him. He was wearing the other one the other day.
Yeah, it's a Star Wars themed Stout season
Oh,
shirt.
shit. I might have to get in. on
Yeah,
that.
so that's actually I'll actually when I get home from this, I have to go turn the web store on so you guys can buy it.
Actually,
Well, try-
all the proceeds from that are going to charity.
Yeah,
so.
I remember hearing about that on the show yesterday. That's
Who's
cool.
Jaredy?
Closer to free, the cancer center.
Oh, okay.
I actually, speaking of Star Wars, Solo opens tomorrow.
If you had
Yeah, I
a
wanted to
friend,
see it.
There are
if you,
people
if,
watching it right now.
if you ever had a friend Jerry, or Gerald, or anything who gets into a problem and needs funds,
What am I drinking?
definitely start a Jarity.
All right, so we got.
That's what you said, right? Jarity.
What's our first beer?
That's
There's
an
a lot
awesome
of it.
name.
Okay, so the first beer we're drinking came out of a crowler. This crowler was probably canned about a month ago at this point because we've been putting this
They
episode
dated
off for a
it,
bit.
didn't they?
Did they?
Yeah, it's
Oh yeah,
420.
427.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
almost
yeah,
a month ago.
a month ago.
A month, 4 weeks.
So
Long
this is
time
probably
for a
not
crowler.
going to be the best beer we have today, but at the
Not
same time,
carbonation.
it's called Bottle Logic Brewing, and this is the Co-Baltic Porter. It's 8% ABV, and I haven't tasted it yet. What do you think?
It tastes a little boozier than 8% for me. It's, of course, I'm also drinking like a 3% Berliner next to it, so those aren't alike at all.
Yeah, it is a little boozy.
I actually don't get the booze on it. It
I-
tastes like a porter to me. But.
I thought I've had this brewery's beer before, but I'm getting their logo confused with the platform.
Paper towels?
Well, yeah, thank you.
Use your words.
According to, I was trying not to put it on the podcast.
You need a paper towel.
According to my sister, everything that she picked up was from downtown Los Angeles.
What's happening right here?
I don't know. I was giving you the whole.
You're playing the trombone.
Yeah.
This and which is funny because I'm looking at this one and it's from Anaheim. So, so they're not all from Los Angeles,
Well, maybe she. Well, no, it's
Surrounding
the crowler.
areas.
She couldn't have even gotten it.
right? She had to go to the
I
brewery.
had a question. I thought I had a question.
I've heard good things about Bottle Logic, but this is the first beer I've ever had from them.
Well, we have the next one up
Oh.
is another crowler called Show
No,
Your Work.
Baltic
which is,
porters, correct me if I'm wrong.
It's
are
a little flat.
lagers?
It's
Are
a
Baltic
li-
porters lagers?
I think so.
Yeah.
But there's like a whole book with guidelines and
Listen,
shit about
you're supposed to be like the professional one on here.
No,
Yeah.
I'm the professional home brewer. That's the difference.
Check the beer
I
Bible.
pre-
Check the beer
I
Bible that my
pretend
sister
to know
also
what the
gave
fuck
to
I'm
us.
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about.
Also, the complete beer course, which I got
Oh God!
as a gift.
I'm like 99%
Yeah.
sure.
Or you
Baltic
could have
porter
used
is a
that
lager.
fancy Google machine in front of you, but
Yeah, we can always do that too.
yeah.
If I wanted to produce anything, I would. But
We're drinking beer.
The computer barely works at this point, so we're holding on.
We're
as hard as we
recording.
can.
He's
I got
actually
the- I
sitting
got
on
the
a
sound-
bicycle to keep it powered.
I got the soundboard going again, so we're good
Also,
there.
Dave, watch those
Ball.
levels because it wouldn't be the first time we lost a fucking episode.
Ball. Baltic porters 140.
You know what happens? I listen to Rogan's podcast, and I listen to how quickly like Jamie pulls shit up for him. Like he'll just mention something. He'll be like, "Yeah, I read an article the other day about purple octopuses that were trained in seahorses to like till the ocean floor." And like as he's saying it,
awesome.
like the article's popping up on a screen behind him. He's like, "Oh, what's his name?"
Young Jamie.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, Jamie looked it up. Okay, no, yeah, this is the article." I was like,
That's because
"Man,
the dude's a professional Googler. I want
Dave,
that job.
Dave doesn't do that.
well, if I had my two computers,
It's not fair, man, because he's like
if I had my two computers and cared.
a paycheck.
Jay's
I was about to say that. I'm pretty sure Jamie gets paid.
Jay's flipping through this book like it's a choose your own adventure.
It is.
Baltic porters, commonly brewed in the Baltic states, Scandinavia, Poland, and Russia, bear some similarity to imperial stouts made with black malts and often roasted barley. These porters are strong, up to 10%, and hearty. Yet most are brewed with lager yeasts and have a lighter, cleaner palate with burnished flavors that tend towards Schwarz beers than regular ale-made porter.
Schwarze.
Motherfucker.
Made the
You
short
learned
speech.
something working at that homebrew shop.
I did.
Look at that.
Well, I just read that from a book.
Yeah.
Oh,
so-
that I knew it was a lot.
that you knew it was in the book.
I haven't been drinking a lot of dark beers lately, but considering this has been in a crowler for a month, it's not a bad.
It's not bad.
No,
at
it's
all.
got,
No,
a
I'm
good, it's
digging
got a
it.
good flavor.
Yeah, a little bit of booze
It
helps.
tastes like
keep
a little
things,
flat,
too.
but I don't know if that's the clean palate thing you're talking about.
It's not an overly carbonated style
No,
normally.
yeah.
That's actually very, very good.
Yeah, it is. It's smooth.
I dig it.
I would
I
drink
like
it
the
again.
bite from the black malt you get, a little roasted barley there.
Yeah, it's good.
See, that's a big difference between our podcast. You guys actually get deep into the beer, right?
Oh yeah, we get super dorky.
I
at
try
times.
to.
We literally.
I like your podcast because I'm into
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah. Well, I've gotten good reviews from people that know absolutely nothing about beer, because they're like, we know enough to be dangerous, and you kind of educate us, but not really. And I was like, oh, okay. And he's like, no, I like it because now I like people like want to go try the breweries we talk to and things like that.
That's why I thought it was like especially funny when you had Bill and Tom on the last episode, because Tom could give two shits, and you got and you and Bill go off talking about yeast for like 30 minutes, and Tom's just like sitting in the corner drinking.
Tom's hilarious.
Tom was actually a great guest host because he asked all the questions that I was going to somehow bring up in conversation awkwardly. So he just kind of did it on his own, like his own beer ignorance.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I feel like we need another guy that's really into yeast, or at least like one of me, Jeff, or Dave needs to like start studying up.
gmail.com.
Yeah,
I'm pretty into
You know what it is? You know what it is? Because I feel like Jay's really into it, but he gets drowned out with like
I tried.
taint talk.
We did an episode, and the beer review was Bud versus Bud, like Budvar
Budvar.
versus Bud from America.
Yeah.
And I tried to take like 3 minutes to just read the history, and
Yeah.
like they were just.
It was the
They
most
actually
boring
sleep
thing.
on
They were
the-
It
so
was the most
bored.
boring thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, if you
I rushed through it so quick because I thought they were bored, and I didn't want to be that guy.
What you
Yeah.
actually if I had, we could do this on another episode sometime. Every once in a while, I'll do like a homebrew experiment where I brew two beers that are close to each other, but there's one key difference. And you sit down with like a triangle test where you get two samples of one beer and a third beer is another one, and you try to pick the guessing game of which beer is different and see if you actually know anything or can taste the difference.
Yeah.
So that'd be a fun game.
I would love to come on your podcast and really, really talk beer.
spell com.
CUM.
The truth comes out.
So you're the go-to place for learning about different kinds of beers. If anybody needs to know everything there is to know about penises, then Heavy
Yeah.
Drinking Podcast.
You're like
Penises.
you're like the James May of the podcast.
Yeah, but but it isn't too dry. Your podcast, it's not. I mean, it is informative. You guys really dig into it, and it's definitely geared towards people that fucking want to know this shit. But it's not. It's
Yeah.
entertaining too.
We try to keep it to the point where
You guys said
know,
fuck and stuff. That was cool.
Yeah, we try. Well, did you listen to the episode where we had Halls on?
No, the last one I listened to, because I don't like go in order. I just bounce around.
Yeah.
Was the fall one. And we actually talked about New England style IPAs and your guys' recipes, and then we're talking about Oktoberfest. and shit.
So the episode, like for the most part, we're relatively calm. Like we'll swear, but like I've never even thought about putting like an explicit warning on the podcast.
Yeah.
And then I sit down with Chuck.
day before we released one, we were like, we need to put it on there.
I sit down with Chuck from Halls Brewing, and real clean, real nice interview, pleasure to talk to. And then Joe and I sit down to record our content, and Joe went on like a 10-minute tirade where he was just fucking the world. And it was like I actually almost put an explicit warning
Really?
on that one podcast.
Joe's funny. He's such like a nice dude. I mean, I've never seen that side of him. I've never hung out with him outside of like when I saw him at Maltos and stuff. But
Oh, he's a good
he's
guy.
like super chill, like really, really nice.
He's climbing a tree somewhere right now,
Yeah.
cutting
Yeah.
it down, but he's super cool.
I feel like me on this podcast, I just I'll try the beer and I'll be like, yeah, it's good. And then I really want to dig into why old men smell like the backside of your balls.
How do you
But
know
they
what?
s-
Hold on,
oh,
time out,
Wait,
time
hang
out,
on. There's
time out,
there's
time
a
out.
lot to unpack there.
How do you know what the backside of my balls in
No,
particular
my
smell-
balls.
All right.
You see,
How do you know what the backside of your balls smell like?
well,
Yeah,
because-
honestly.
well,
That's impressive.
Well,
I
You
never
can't-
tested?
I can. I
never
no,
tested
hold on.
that?
We had a debate about this in college. You cannot tell me, as a man in your 30s, that at some point in your life you have not tried to suck your own dick.
no.
Not to actually do it, just to see if you could reach.
Yeah.
Never.
Everyone's like,
I never
oh,
tried.
no, can't make it. Not gonna happen.
Shout out to Kale to it. He can do
I
it.
can't even tie my shoes.
Yeah,
I'm so fat.
tying my
But one-
hockey skates of late has been a problem.
But going back to the smell thing, there is not one man on this earth that you couldn't get somebody to put on a nice white glove and
Oxballs.com.
wipe each crevice of their body individually and put it under their nose. I at least would be able to identify each one. You know what I mean? Like, what's this? I'm like,
So wait.
left armpit.
So wait.
What's
Somebody-
that? I'm like,
Wait. Let me
Toe
get this
jam.
straight. Somebody
That's toe
else.
jam.
Somebody else puts a glove on and wipes your places.
Yeah.
And then makes you identify your
Yeah.
own.
Why don't
places?
you?
I'd
just,
be able to identify
Oh,
it
'cause
perfectly.
you don't want
No problem.
All right. This is.
I'd be
happening.
like, that's
get the
my-
Instagram live out.
That's like they'd be like, what's this? I'd be like, that is my not completely wiped asshole.
get Instagram live out.
Jesus.
Put it on your phone. We're gonna do this.
I feel like I would not know what my ball sweat smells like.
You do.
No, I don't.
Everybody has their own odor. You
like
do.
Well, obviously, I
man.
know it's going to be my
If you're not
odor, but I'm not going to
comfortable-
know what specific odor is
Dude,
my ball.
Pat,
I was
if you're
definitely
not-
just
if
gonna
you're
say
not
something that would have to get
comfortable
edited
with it, that's fine. But everybody knows
That's
the balls
gross.
Well, I'm
smell.
glad you're not
That's
making me
gross.
work because this would be a hard one.
Well, it's just funny. Like, bleep. See, this happened like a few years ago, right? I was at Walmart returning Christmas gifts like 2 to 3 days after Christmas. Which
Every
is a
Walmart.
terrible fucking idea.
Every Walmart smells like balls. That's you're not.
No.
You can't
There
be
was
like
a
giving a medal for
gentleman-
picking out balls at Walmart.
There was an elderly gentleman in front of me, right? So there's people that just smell like cigarette smoke, like stale cigarette smoke. You can tell that they they haven't just smoked, but you can tell they smoke
You're
normally.
saying it was an elderly woman behind the counter in a small town?
There's an old man in front of me in line. And what is that?
Guys,
Looks like you're
I'm trying to
masturbating
not
into
have
a
to
cup.
talk about this.
He was
I want
jerking
the
an
water
imaginary
jar.
dick
Into a cup.
Into a cup.
Into
That's
a
what it looks
cup.
like.
Jesus, you guys need to get.
I want to jerk
First
all
of all-
four of you
first of
off
all-
into this cup.
He doesn't. Jeff doesn't know how it works. First of all, you jerk off onto a cracker,
You guys.
and then we're supposed to raffle it off.
It's a cookie, dude.
You
Isn't
guys
it
need to
cookie?
get-
Cookie.
I thought it was a cracker.
You guys need to get fucking hip to hand signals.
No, I was at Walmart. I was behind an old man, and he smelled like cigarette smoke, but then he smelled like something else too. And I'm like, I know that smell. It's distinctive.
Is there a bucket?
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you rinsing out your cup after Baltic Porter to put a stout in it?
No, it's show your work as a IPA.
Oh,
I
okay,
think.
my
Yeah.
bad.
So
anybody would
I
like to
finally
rinse.
rounded it down to this man smelled like a taint. And the only logic I could think of is as you get older, it's hard to wipe from the back. So you just start wiping from the front.
Well, it's because your balls hang down so low.
Yeah.
You can't get your
So I
arm.
poured
Dude,
that on
that
my
is
fucking
exactly
headphones.
why I have like one of the removable shower heads to
Yeah.
wash my asshole.
Oh, dude.
well,
I
when
couldn't-
when you wipe from the
I couldn't
front,
live
man,
without one of those.
No,
when you
it's
when you wipe for the
fantastic.
front, your taint definitely gets on like your forearm. It must, right?
Who wipes from the front?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like
So you
this
go from
man.
hold on, are you saying you go from back to front?
No, I don't.
Because that just sounds weird.
I
Just
don't.
wipe shit onto
I'm
your
just.
grundle.
I'm thinking if you're going to, then you would have to make contact with your forearm.
We had a debate in college whether we like lean to one side or like squat up to wipe. We followed it up with a debate on whether you fold the toilet paper or crumple it.
Okay, we can get into that before we do.
A
though.
folder.
Jay, I would like
I'm
to
not a fucking
apologize.
That's an important
That's
debate.
I would like to
Apologize for what you
apologize
had.
because this is definitely an imperial stout.
Yeah,
I'm gonna die,
I know my shit. I can read.
Paul. I'm gonna sleep on your pool table. I think.
All right, cool.
You'll have to fight Jay for it.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Who's ready for their next pour?
I'm not finished with this one yet.
Give me a full pour. Badoom.
I see what you did there.
Stop wasting cups. Just drink it.
I don't need a rinse.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't either if I knew it was oil that I was pouring out of a can. Anyway, okay, so here's my input.
I just felt like saying like I just felt like tapping a man on the shoulder, but he's an old man, right? So like you gotta like show respect to your elders. If he was like in his 30s, I would have been like if it was you, I'd totally be like, bro, fucking wash your hands, dude, like and your forearms, you nasty fuck. You know what I mean? And like maybe like yoga or some shit so that you're flexible enough to wipe your ass the correct way.
I
anyway.
would just like to say I am a scruncher.
You're a
A,
scruncher?
And B,
Scrunch.
Toilet paper. I'm a
as
folder.
Pat was saying,
Seems like a waste.
I'm a folder.
I realized, when you're
I
like,
rap. I go through toilet paper like it's fucking
but here's okay.
Then you're buying
If
your
you
own
really
toilet
want to
paper.
get into it,
yeah.
your little balloon knot has little crevices, and if you scrunch it, there's little sharp sides, so it gets all in the crevices.
Yes.
Oh yeah, of course.
It can tear.
For one. For two, though,
Yeah.
you were saying, do you like
I work
Pull
around in a
forward or
circle.
do you
Like
pull to the
lean up
side?
to one side.
Have you ever been like shitting next to somebody in like a stall where they're like standing up?
to wipe
Oh, yeah.
themselves?
How weird is that?
Yeah, because your butt presses together.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you can't.
How
get
is
in
that
there.
clean?
I don't understand.
They're
it.
standing up and shitting.
No, they're standing up and wiping.
Wait.
They shit. and
I'm
then
not
they
gonna
stand
lie.
up.
I think the Japanese guys have it figured out by shitting into the hole in the ground.
That's
Because
it's Indian.
No, Japan.
Japanese?
Japanese to do
The
it.
Japanese-
Street is Indian.
Yeah.
No. Shitting into a hole is India. Shitting into like a $10,000 electronic toilet that like
Japanese.
massages your
Japanese.
balls is
Yeah.
Japanese.
But it puts like I have a squatty potty because it
Yeah.
puts you in a wonderful angle.
shout out to your mom's house podcast.
You definitely got
Those commercials are amazing.
Yeah, you
Best
definitely
commercials ever.
your best bet is squatty potty. You get a couple wipes with like a Charmin, right? Because you usually get brown,
You gotta
red.
get one of those
And
bidets.
then you stop. Usually brown, red, then you stop. And then I like going to the baby wipe after that.
The baby. I want to get one of those little electronic bidet heads that like comes out under the toilet seat
Yeah.
and just gives you a little.
Yeah.
When we built the house in Portugal, my parents were completely against putting a bidet in, and I motherfucked my parents up and down. I'm like, put that shit in there. I want
Pun
cold
intended.
water on my asshole after I take a shit every time. That is vacation, my friend.
Did they do it?
Yeah,
How come you don't have one in your own house?
because this isn't like Europe.
Do you have a small
This is
child?
America, my friend.
Yeah, but you still have a butthole here.
I know, but
I'm
like,
just picturing basketball where he's like taking the hit off the bidet.
Jay, did you happen to taste the Bottle Logic Show Your Work?
I am tasting it right now.
It's fucking amazing.
is this it? No, this is
No,
not it.
you're still drinking the porter.
Slam it, bitch.
It's definitely
Give me a
Imperial
short pour
stout
on that
like.
because I don't want to die later. That's good.
Full pours
Big-
asking for a short pour.
full body.
I'm a
That's dripping all
responsible
over the
least
bar.
drunk driver. Okay. I might have to
Listen,
call
we've
Lyft.
we've got a
Hey,
Lyft
call Lyft.
sponsorship. It's all good.
That's all I was gonna say.
Did you get to eat dinner before you came here?
I did. Yeah.
Good.
I,
It's dangerous if you
I
don't.
planned accordingly.
I didn't.
I actually got out of laying down ceramic tile in my sister's kitchen tonight because we were doing
Nice,
this.
nice.
Well, it's to be fair. It's
Well,
the second,
you're
you
welcome.
bastard.
It's the second time we're laying it down because we bought the wrong mortar the first time because the guy at Lowe's told us the wrong thing.
Oh shit.
So
That's why
yeah.
you go to Home Depot.
Yeah, her friend works at Lowe's. She got me appliances cheap. She got I'm doing my kitchen next, so I got appliances cheap through her friend. So I'm not gonna
There you
complain.
go. All right, all right.
So this is again Bottle Logic Brewing out of Anaheim.
Thanks, Paperback Princess.
Yeah, thanks, Jen. It's Show Your Work. It's 10.5. It's obviously an imperial stout. It's fucking delicious.
We're starting off strong
Yeah.
with an 8 and a 10.5.
Well, they're in the Crowlers. Well, I mean, we're only going to IPAs from here. So
I think I want to take a little bit of this imperial
Whoa.
stout and blend it with this
think you should.
boysenberry.
Breakfast,
dude, I
sour?
bet you that would taste like a Black Forest cheesecake.
We're gonna find out in a second.
I think you
This
should
is
do
good.
It is good.
Yeah, man.
It's really good. It's really, really good.
If you guys have
shout-
never tried just blending beers together, it can make some fantastic.
Oh,
results.
absolutely. I never really cared for Sip of Sunshine,
Isn't that? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
and Dogfish Head got kind of old. 60. It's a decent beer, but we had both on tap at the bar I work at. So I was doing 50-50, Sip of Sunshine and Dogfish 60.
Sip of
It was
60.
so good together.
We do it all the time at No Worries, like behind the bar. We call it the secret menu, and like 50-50, like boned and do-si-do for
Yeah.
a do-si boned.
Do-si-do
Nice.
is
Added, it's
dope.
added. this
You
morning.
work at, or you volunteer?
I volunteer cleaning kegs,
Oh, you
helping,
do?
helping
Nice.
at the brew house, and
Nice.
then
I
I'll
didn't know
take a tap room shift or two a month just to make a few bucks on the side.
So wait, I have a question for the two beer experts. Probably not Jay because he's an idiot.
Suck my balls.
And I might be an idiot by asking this, but isn't that when you mix two beers together? Isn't that a cuvee? What's a cuvee?
I don't know, but it's not that.
Did I s-
Cuvée is a specific name of a beer from Allagash.
Yeah.
No. It's like it's a thing. It's a look it up in the book.
I don't think
Do you live-
Cuvée.
Jay, do you
Premier
live by the-
Cuvée is I mean, that's
Jay, do you
If
live-
you get
does he live
3
by the
beers
book?
together, is it a
What's that?
menage?
It's a menage a
There's a-
cuvee.
there's a yeast strain called that.
Do you live by the book, Jay?
The good book.
Well, the way I spelled it,
I only
is
read one book.
a district
It's
in
good book.
Switzerland,
Don't
so
know.
It's
I don't know.
Cuvee.
That's like a cologne, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not even in here.
I've never heard of that, other than that Allagash makes one.
It just says a type, blend, or batch of wine,
Blend.
especially champagne.
It's a blend. Or
Of
it might be a
wine.
blend of
wine
beer
or
and
champagne.
wine.
Yeah, it's a
No,
There's
it's
a
just wine or
champagne
champagne.
yeast that's called Premier Cuvée.
But the blend part, I think, is what I'm thinking of. I think it's like
I mean,
Cuvée.
you're
I
not-
think Allagash Cuvée is
You're not
beer and
completely
wine
wrong.
mixed together.
Cuvée is a French wine term that derives from cuve, meaning vat or tank. Winemakers use the term cuvée with several different meanings, more or less based on the concept of a tank of wine put to some purpose.
I am French. Why do you think I have this outrageous accent, you silly king?
Can we get
Is that up to your production standards?
what?
That could be a T-shirt time. That could be a T-shirt time. That could be a T-shirt time if anybody knows what that is.
Oh, hit it! Yeah, and there was a T-shirt. I totally missed that. I'm sorry. That's my bad.
It's T-shirt time.
If anybody knows what that is, write in and you'll get a free.
If anyone knows what is, just let's clarify because I missed
I
it.
said, I am French. Where do you think I get this outrageous accent, you silly king?
It's T-shirt time.
All right, write in, answer it.
You'll get a free T-shirt. We don't know if it's the one Paulo's wearing right now or not, but you'll get something.
You better hope not.
Fire Island T-shirt.
hopefully it'll be a new heavy drinking shirt. But if not, it'll be the one Paulo's wearing.
Do you
There's
guys,
a.
you guys have heavy drinks?
There's a.
Yeah,
We
you'll
do.
get
Yes,
one.
we do.
All right.
You
We're
probably
gonna
want
give
one
you
of
one
those.
tonight.
Yeah.
This shirt has a slight hole from a jazz cigarette burn.
Spell
So
hole.
we want.
You
It's,
guys,
Jazz cigarette.
It's customized.
Yes, it's customized.
All right, we haven't even gone to the board yet. We got a lot of stuff we need to get through.
Like beer.
Yeah.
Well, aside from the beer, we got.
I want to talk about Little Tay's mom.
Yeah, yeah, that bitch got fired as fuck
Yeah.
because her daughter is a nightmare.
All right, story is over. Next one.
You know what's even better? Did you guys see that video that I sent? I put on the Slack.
Were we talking about a story?
No.
Did you guys see the video I put on Slack that got out of her?
No.
So pretty much her older brother like coaches her.
Pat, do you know who Lil Tay is?
I have absolutely no idea.
Oh,
Perfect.
come on.
She's like
Man.
a little tiny some sort of halvesy that
That's racist.
Let's
talks shit.
let's
That's not racist.
let's be honest with Pat. It's a little Asian girl. She's like
She's
9
half
years.
Asian.
She's
Like-
11.
Are we talking like William Hung?
She
type
looks Asian
scenario?
as fuck. I don't.
She's
Whatever the other half is,
She's
it's
just-
not.
she's
showing.
she's a little girl that like is trying to be really hard and gangster.
Yeah.
I
Kinda
watched
like
these
the,
videos.
she's the biggest flexor of the century.
Who's the other one
It's
that you
horrible.
like?
The Meet Me
With the
Outside.
bigger boobs.
Catch Me Outside.
Oh no. Well, I like Cash Me Outside. She's the one with the
She's
big
a fucking moron.
But I really like Woah Vicky.
Do you know who? You know
Whoa,
who that is?
Vicky.
Yeah.
The Catch Me Outside chick.
Yes, that one.
Dr.
Imagine
Phil.
her-
Dr. Phil girl.
But Asian and 9 years old.
11.
And she gets out of like hundreds of $1,000 cars on Instagram.
Yeah.
And like she was actually driving it
And she
more than
pretends
10
they're
feet.
hers. Well, here's the thing.
Like, so I
here's
guess-
the thing that's funny about
And
it.
then they
so,
throw money.
so she gets out of these
Oh, I want
cars.
to kill
I want
everyone
that
right
job.
now.
Shut up. So she gets out of
can't.
these cars
Yeah.
and she takes like $100 bills and she's like making it rain. She's the biggest flexor of the century, et cetera, et cetera. She's like, this is my car, et cetera. Well, as it turns out, she's actually from Vancouver, which, for those who don't know, has an insane Asian population to the point where the government had to stop letting them buy things because the property values were going insane from people from Japan buying shit. So that like the people that live there couldn't afford apartments anymore. So her mom, turns out, is a real estate agent. And she got caught because one of the cars she was flexing in was her mom's boss's car, who she didn't have permission to use in an Instagram video that ended up getting 1.4 million views. So the guy's like, no.
what
He's
a
like,
world
hell,
we live in.
hell no, bitch. You're fucking fired.
Oh, the one that I read said
I
that
thought you meant
it was
Lil
an
Tay fired her.
Instagram video that Little Tay was doing in an apartment that her mom
Was
was
on the
selling.
market.
No,
Yeah.
that
So her mom let her do it, and that's what.
No,
got her caught.
that has also happened, but the guy didn't know about it until he saw his own car on Instagram, and he was like, "That's
Was that the
my
one
car."
she was kicking the side of?
It might have been. It was a Mercedes. It was a black Mercedes.
The best part is if you go online, there's plenty of videos now that somehow leaked out of her doing her like Instagram and like YouTube videos.
Yeah.
But it's her brother her older brother coaching her on what to say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's a fucking idiot.
That other
She's
Woe,
fucking 11.
that other
Yeah,
Woe
exactly.
Vicky chick.
I love
There was a
Woe
video of her like in a plane or something with some other guy, and like they were like talking. Then all of a sudden she started like trying to make a point,
Yeah.
but never did because she's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, she's
Well,
hot,
because
though.
she's like fucking.
No, she's not.
Yeah, she is.
No,
I
she's
want to
not.
fucking.
she's like 15.
Woe Vicky's like 22.
I want to knee her.
I want to murder her. It actually makes me want to murder younger people, and that's a bad thing to say.
You
Not
saw
all
punch
younger
screaming
people.
babies in the face.
They're young. Whoa, Vicky's how old?
I think she's like 22.
Oh, she's.
I could
she's
that
over
could
20?
just be wishful
They're just
thinking.
so fucking.
She's an adult.
Stupid.
Fucking kill
You
her.
know what's funny? You know what bothers me is when like little kids are like, "Yo, dog, we out here." I'm like, do you even know where that terminology came from? Like,
wasn't
you're
there a whole
out
big
where?
thing?
Where are you?
Wasn't there a whole big thing with like it was like Woe Vicky and like her boyfriend or whoever
No, it was
like
Woe Vicky and Lil
talking
Tay.
talking shit on Snoop Dogg, and they
Oh.
got called. Like,
I don't
Snoop
think it was
Dogg
Snoop
respond.
Dogg. It
Yeah.
wasn't Snoop Dogg.
Yeah,
it was
no,
somebody
it
else.
was Snoop.
She had to like apologize.
No, it was Snoop,
This
and
is so
Snoop
not
called
my
him
world.
out on it.
But speaking of fucking crazy millennials,
Uh,
there's a family on Long Island that had to take their son to court. To
I heard about
that because he won't leave.
yeah.
He's got a week to get out. The judge ruled in their favor, so they've been trying to get rid of him for like 6 months.
How old's the dude?
Like 30.
You know what's sad? Like the whole time I was hearing about the story, I'm like, what a fucking loser! Like what a scumbag!
Like,
you're
Have you
still-
seen his picture?
Yeah, and I saw this picture. I'm like,
Like
Kinda
when you,
looks
when
like
you say
us.
he wouldn't leave, like he wouldn't like leave the room, kind of thing.
No. They were like, you have to get out,
wouldn't
and
move
get
out
a
of
job,
our
and
house.
move out. And he's like, no.
Did he ever like leave the house?
Yes, he's only been home for like the last 8 months or something.
Yeah, but if he leaves the house, just like change the fucking locks.
Well, they took him to
Yeah.
court, and the judge was like,
changing the locks is a hell of a lot cheaper.
but the judge was like, yo, you're totally right. He's got to get out within like a week. So he's got, I think at this point he's got like 5 days to get out. But like, look up the actual picture of the guy. You ever, you know, like if you Google troll, like internet troll, there's like the picture of that one guy. He kind of looks like that, but less fat. It's gross.
it was
All
just
right.
I saw the guy's photo. I'm like, he kind of looks like us a little bit.
No, he looks
I
like
mean,
a
it's not
neckbeard.
big
Do you know who
enough.
Takashi 6 whatever is?
Yeah, he's an idiot.
I saw a video of him early this morning. when
He's
I was
fucking awful.
half asleep. Woke me right up
He's one of them SoundCloud
to a
rappers.
murderous rage.
Yeah, he's a SoundCloud rapper.
We've been getting followed on like Instagram by like weird accounts like that, like like rappers that like 20,000 people know about, but we don't.
Yeah,
Type deal.
young who?
So weird what's going on.
We'll come
Music.
back in.
We're
We'll come
coming
back
back
to
into
it.
a SoundCloud rapper. in a
Yeah,
minute.
I'm just saying like that whole thing is weird, like being followed by people like that.
Oh, I like it.
Because I don't know, I don't know what their temperament is.
That World Star page is pretty funny though.
World Star is great. World Star is great.
Well, that's what they're all on too.
Anytime, I mean, it's crossed racial boundaries now. It doesn't matter if you're black or not. If you see two people starting a fight in public, you should automatically yell out World Star because somebody will take their cell phone out and start recording. You know what I mean? Like you want to be the World Star person.
My problem with World Star is that they're taking like sponsorship stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, they do say this is a sponsored ad, which is fine, but like it's just garbage, and
Yeah.
like people are dumb enough to think that like they're endorsing it.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like if you're at a party or something and a fight breaks out, the second you see a cell phone, like you can make yourself internet famous just by yelling, just going World Star. You know what I mean? Because you'll be that guy on the internet, on the video. Anyways,
I would like to. Those were good dark beers, but I would like to switch to something more in my lane. Which, as we all
in
know,
your lane?
which, as we all know, I only like dank IPAs.
as of
What about the sours I brought?
Well, we can do that. Do you want to drink those?
yeah, sours are good too. I thought we were doing all the Cali stuff.
Dude, let's get through the Cali stuff first.
Let's blast through the Cali stuff.
You gotta listen, Padawan. There's about 12 more beers. If you want to get your sours in, let's fucking drink them.
All right, then. Let's get the ones we have out of the fridge.
Yeah, let's do
Oh
that.
wait, there's some hiding. Maybe
There's 6 of them out of the fridge.
All right, that's
So I've heard of these guys before. What's the name? Is
My
her?
sister doesn't fuck around. If she's sending beer, she's sending beer.
Let's say Samsung. What is that?
Unsung.
Unsung.
Samsung.
All right.
I need a fresh cup because I'm using this other one for water.
Yeah. There's these cups. There's the fancy ones down here also.
I want a fancy one. I want to feel special.
Oh,
Ooh,
see?
that smells dank.
There's shot glasses. There's all the glassware if you want like a fancy.
I like the fancy little cocktail cup. You know.
Yeah, man.
Jay and I are going
I'll-
to start
I'll
a brewery called Dank and Stank.
Who's gonna
We're
be the
doing
stank?
brewbies first, man. We gotta do brewbies. Does Pat know about brewbies?
I don't think so.
All about it.
We're gonna start making beers.
Jay and I found
2-packs.
Jay and I found the brewery on the way
Oh,
to
yeah, we
Bill's.
found a plot of land.
Yeah, we found it.
Did you?
No, the building that had the boobs that hung over. on
Oh, that's right.
We found the building. It's
Yeah.
like a straight like this, and then it's got two boobs that hang up.
That would be
See
awesome.
that building up going towards
Going
the
towards
stag?
the Steinbachers.
It was like it looked like something from like The Walking Dead,
I
abandoned
think so,
and just
yeah.
filthy. It had like it was like
I was
someone's-
more worried driving, like when I got to like where the stag was, that I'm just driving into the woods and a banjo is gonna start playing and someone's gonna come fuck me in the ass.
We drove past it like 4 times.
I was like, that was funny.
That was easy.
So brewbies is beer sold in 2-packs only. Different sizes.
A cups, B cups, C
Yep.
cups.
Anything
Little
from
ponies and
Little Ponies, all the way to Bombers.
Double D's a crowler.
Yep. Even if we got to a point where we were selling mini kegs, you gotta buy 2.
All right, that's
They
fair.
come together. They come in nice like lace holders. You know what I mean? And then I thought like we could do like different, like we could do like like an Erykah Badu porter, and then like I don't know, like a
Put some thought into this. I can
yeah,
Yeah, he's
like a Selma Hayek brown ale.
he's a man apart. He's
Yeah,
ready
man.
to go. Jay, tell us what beer this is because I
This
tasted it and it's
It's
fantastic.
a beer. It's from Unsung Brewing Company out of California somewhere. Tustin? Is that
It's
the place?
really good.
8.6% double IPA called Crosstown Dippa with Citra, Mosaic, and Amarillo.
It's really good.
Amarillo.
That's a nice.
Amarillo.
I've brewed beers with this combo. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
From now on, I'm just gonna act like a what's the word? Just like your annoying woman friend who's trying to get into beer, because I feel like weird with you guys that actually know shit about this. I'm sitting here like it tastes like.
Wife, I think is the word.
Wife.
Yeah, it would be wife. Yeah, like that chick.
This is a fantastic beer, actually. I'm really.
It
It is really good.
It does not feel like a double. Like it's really smooth for what it is.
No, and I'm really scared that everything's been a double or imperial.
It's got the mouthfeel of a double for
It's
sure.
a-
That's
really
why I
good beer.
poured the glass of water because I really don't want to sleep on Paula's pool table.
No.
I'm afraid of what's going to happen to me.
Well, if you're me, you'll go into the driveway and shit your pants. If you're Jay, you'll fall asleep in your car.
Yeah, or the couch over there.
So what's a route I could take that has not been called?
Or we can get you a lift.
What's really
that's
funny
all.
is I don't remember admitting to shitting my pants on the podcast, but then the last time Dane was on, he's like, "Did you shit your pants in the driveway again?" I was like, "How do you know about that?"
Was it like a scenario where you thought it was going to be a fart and it wasn't?
Isn't it always?
So do you like? We have one super diehard fan that listens to everything, reads everything, follows everything. We love him.
Yeah.
Dane's
He's
awesome.
Yeah, Dane's awesome.
He's
He-
coming here to visit.
Yeah. Do you guys have any fans like that? They're just like
To fly out to hang out with you
And
on a
he's-
random weekend in
no.
July.
we've never
From
met
Nebraska?
him before. From Nebraska.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of fucking awesome.
Yeah, I know.
July
Yeah.
22nd, he's coming
It's
out. to
really
hang out.
awesome.
Maybe
Actually,
he'll
you know
listen
what?
to me too. We could like hit both
could.
of us.
Yeah,
on the way
Dane,
out.
He loves beer.
listen to
Yeah.
Full Pours.
Well, he'll
you
be
won't
here.
regret it.
We'll be here all
I'm sure he
weekend.
will.
get
We'll
you-
probably lose him to you, actually.
I think I might have insulted him the other day. I made a comment about people who only get their beer through the mail. And I wasn't talking about him, man. You're cool. Like you're not that
No, because he sends us beer.
maybe you know about this. There was a whole uproar online when Alchemist announced that they were going to start shipping their beer cross country to California, and it was the stupidest argument in the world. There's people in New England who are like, kind of like salty about them getting beer. Like, oh yeah, maybe you could try it with your Sierra Nevada beer that you have there, and like whatever other bullshit you make in California. Oh, like they're just making they're kind of picking on them for like finally being able to get Alchemist stuff, and it's just, it was the most petty shit in the world.
Well, the people that are making those bitching comments
Yeah.
are like IPA drinkers that found beer 3 years ago and only know about the buzz breweries where you wait in line for 3 hours to get your fucking beer.
yeah.
Like they don't know what a good beer is. The stuff we're drinking tonight, they wouldn't know what to do with. So fuck them.
Yeah. Well, that's what I meant. I wasn't.
Ring that bell.
Yeah.
You can ring my bell. Bell.
My point is, Dane's awesome, man.
Paulo.
You're always awesome in my eyes.
Something just went wrong in my body. Do you have like a loaf of bread that I can eat?
A loaf of bread?
Why, you drunk already?
Wait, I just like closed my eyes for a second because of my allergies. I'm fucking hammered.
Yeah.
Are you like Jay last podcast?
I'm gonna break the fridge.
I could tell you a story about running through forest. You guys ever get that in college?
Oh, when you get hit in the head.
Yeah, where you run through forest and the bear's chasing you, and you start moving your hands faster and faster. And then all of a sudden, you run into a tree and you smack the dude in the forehead, and he just falls flat on his ass. It never gets old. It never gets old.
What was the line from? What was the movie where the guy was like, people were trying to touch his butt, and he was like, "You don't understand." It was like running backwards through a cornfield.
I have no idea.
It's T-shirt time.
There was Office Space when he was talking about going to jail, and the next
Yeah,
door neighbor
is
was
that what it
like,
was?
he's like, "What's jail like?" He's like, "If you ever ran backwards through a
Yeah,
cornfield."
that's what it
Oh,
was.
well, you can't win a T-shirt. So
You totally fucked that one up.
No, you did.
That was what's his face? The dude that was next door in Office Space. That should be T-shirt time.
Marvin.
Can't have more than one T-shirt.
No, we can't.
We only
Yeah,
have
no.
so many T-shirts.
I know. Who was
Yeah,
that
we can
dude
get
though?
one.
Who was the guy who played the next door neighbor?
He was on Drew Carey show. wasn't
Oh
he?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That guy's funny as
Yeah,
hell.
he is
He
funny
was.
as hell.
he was on Fuck, can't remember the name of it. Never mind.
I'm
Forgive
too
me.
lazy to grab my phone and look. So
Yeah. Is there any other stores on the board? What's this
There's so
R.I.P.
many
Toads
stories on the
thing?
Oh, so the guy that started Toad's Place died. So we should.
Oh, yeah,
we
yeah.
should have a social for that.
Social, yeah.
My,
Yeah,
my,
social for
my
Toad's
cup
Place, man.
runneth empty though.
I mean, listen, Toad's Place hasn't
I
been the same.
I can't
Take a
cheers
little bit
with
of
empty
this.
grass.
Toad's Place hasn't been the same in a long time.
Yeah,
but
but
it used to be the
it's still fucking-
shit.
It's still Toad.
To the guy from Toad's Place whose
That's-
name we never knew and won't
no.
remember.
But that started a fucking legend. Like, that place used to be the shit.
Toad's
Yeah.
Place.
And
where
now
the
it,
legends play.
and now it's shit.
it
No, now
I-
it's garbage.
It's I remember going there in high school was a lot of fun, and then I went there. I saw Third Eye Blind there a couple of years back,
That's what I'm saying.
and no lie, like the over 21 section, there was like 8 people.
I got that.
And the under 21, they had to like expand 14 times to fit all like 12-year-olds.
Well, yeah. Well,
The
they
last-
didn't used to split that out that hard, but they
but-
got arrested for selling
Like
12-year-olds
a
booze.
couple times.
The last I haven't been there in a long time. The last time I was there, it was set up like that for a Steve-O show. I think I've talked about that in this podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
remember
there.
talking to him afterwards, and Steve-O was like, he's like, "Hey guys," I'm like, "Hey," he's like, "I can't break any more beer bottles over my head, so I can't do that for you." I'm like, "I just wanted to give you a high five." That was a great show, man.
I in my life, I've had 2 venues that I've had a really strong affinity for. One of them was Roseland Ballroom in New York, which is gone, and the other one was Toad's Place. I would pick Toad's over any other venue on the planet to see a show. If they fucked up and they on the national circuit, they can't get bookings anymore because they fucked everybody over. The venue itself is the greatest venue to see a show.
They've had a, I mean,
Oh,
they have
yeah.
they've had a legendary list of talent.
Right,
Oh,
but for
back
the
in-
last
dude,
5
back
years,
in
it's
the
been
back
bullshit.
in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, especially when it first opened. I mean, everybody stopped in Toad's Place.
Everybody-
Was it just me? Did everybody have one of those T-shirts from Toad's Place? The ones that
The
like,
dancing toad.
It would have like the toad in the front, and in the back would just be the list of all the bands that,
Yeah, yeah.
that have ever
Yeah,
been there.
yeah.
Have
But
you
it's
ever
like-
had one of those? I feel like
I don't have
everybody in
one, but-
Connecticut's had, but at one point in time you've had one.
I
But
never
Told
did.
Toads-
No,
No?
never did.
Toad's
No.
holds.
I know what you're talking about, but I never have one.
I always saw like I had one. I always used to see them all the time. I always thought it was like one of those things that you'd always get.
Toads holds what, 1,500 people?
I don't even know.
Probably.
I
The
thought-
people,
is
the
it
people that
high?
have played there
No,
are
actually, yeah, probably not even that much.
I
they're
thought it was
literally
like 750.
in that venue. The people that have played there are literally the Rolling Stones. Fucking,
Oh, Zeppelin.
like
fucking-
Zeppelin.
yeah.
Like everybody's played there. Pantera.
yeah.
Like ridiculous shows.
Yeah. But now they get like mumble rappers with
Yeah,
their
but
face
because
tattooed.
they fucked over. Well, here's the problem too, and I would like to go on record and say this. Fuck College Street Music Hall. Because they're getting all the big shows in New Haven now, but it's a shitty venue. If you don't have the front row,
It is kind of a shit venue.
if you don't have the front row per level,
Yeah.
you can't see anything.
Yeah.
yeah, because it's not a sloped.
Right. There's like
Floor.
4 levels, and if
Yeah.
you're not in the front row of each level, you can't see shit.
What was
Fuck
that?
place.
What was
But
the
also
place
they're-
in Hartford? What was that place in Hartford that was like?
The
Meadows?
No, he's talking about the
yeah, the Meadows. It's like on a corner, right?
No, I know. What
No, you're
talking
talking
not
about
the Meadows.
the Webster.
Yeah.
Webster. Yeah.
Oh, Webster.
I
But see, the
never-
Webster's
Webster
different
was cool.
because the Webster goes on a
It's a
full
slope.
it
slant.
is a plan. Yeah.
So there's no levels.
My last memory of Webster was with an ex-girlfriend waiting until 2 a.m. to meet the band Lit.
Lit,
Yeah,
like
Lit. Yeah, them. I learned a few neat things about them. They don't do shows anymore, but they used to go on stage and drink a ton of Jaeger. It was just Jaeger bottles full of water. They told me that. And a lead singer who looks like this big macho manly guy. He's literally 5'1.5". He was like, he came out.
Rock stars are always short.
My girlfriend at the time was short too. She was like 4'10" or some shit.
Like your wife isn't 4'9".
She's 5 foot.
Dude,
I've had two short girlfriends my whole life. One I've married, and one is completely insane. So the completely insane one, this little dude walks out. This little midget-looking man walks out, and she's
Little
like, "Oh my
person.
god, it's him!" I'm like, "That's the lead." I'm like, "He's tiny. He looked huge on stage. He's fucking tiny."
Yeah,
What?
they always do.
Yeah.
When I met Anthrax,
They were nice people,
The
though.
first show I ever went to was Anthrax, White Zombie, and Voivod in Toronto. I
Nice.
met Anthrax that night, and
Anthrax?
I was
Anthrax.
13 or 14.
I really like Anthrax.
I was taller than 3 of the guys in Anthrax.
Yeah.
Also, my favorite memory of the Webster is when Jay was playing with No Less Than Everything and was screaming on the edge of the stage, and then Gary pushed him off from behind. And then it took Jay 10 minutes to crawl back up on the stage, and then he was heavily breathing into the mic and goes, "Sorry, I'm fat."
Where was that? At Toads?
That was at Webster.
Oh, Webster. That's a high stage.
Yeah, that's why it took you so long to get back up it.
I saw Papa Roach up in Clifton Park, New York, in college, and the lead singer fell off a speaker, like mid song. He fell off the speaker. And so
Jacoby, I believe his name is Jacoby.
a bunch of the security guys run over to make sure he's okay, and the
Jacoby
band
Wichita.
they didn't know what to do, so they just played in a loop for 5 minutes, and then all of a
vamped.
Is that one security guy with a conscience that kicks him in the rib?
No, he's on the ground, and they make sure he's okay, and then all of a sudden he starts singing from the ground and gets up and just keeps going like nothing happened.
That's when the
That's
one
a Jay
guy.
move.
That's when the
Bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for.
I'm ready for more tastiness.
We're doing a sour.
Go with the waxy one.
That one was fucking great though. That can we
Yeah, what was that one?
Unsung?
Because we never really talked about it.
unsung?
We did. We said it was good.
That was a really good beer.
Unsung Ghost Town Dippa.
Ghost Town.
We said that. I remember hearing it.
This town.
Oh, it's an impenetrable force.
It's wax.
Wait.
Are we breaking?
Here,
We're
use my
breaking away
trident.
from the Cali. Oh, do you want a knife?
You saw I get injured.
Trident. It's a doing at best.
Oh, we're good.
A Biden. It's a Biden.
A Biden. It's a Biden.
He brought a bunch of kitchen utensils and brass knuckles.
Hey,
Do you keep the brass knuckles in with the kitchen utensils?
I keep them on my desk drawer at home just in case someone breaks into the house.
You're gonna take a swing at them?
Yeah.
I have a full size.
Actually, these aren't even mine. I had a roommate for a while, and when he moved out, he left them under the bed, so I just kept them for some reason.
I have a full size American League Louisville Slugger in my bedroom. That's what I use for protection. Don't rob me.
Does it have
Yeah.
nails going through it? Like
Yes.
Walking Dead style?
And barbed wire.
Nice.
I'm not a gun advocate, but if you're gonna go buy something to protect yourself from home intruders, just go buy a gun. Go buy a gun.
I'm Canadian. I can't.
Oh, you can't buy a gun? You can buy a gun.
I'm not a citizen.
That hasn't stopped plenty of people in America from buying a gun.
Yes, this is from Yazoo.
That's delicious.
They're out of
It's fucking
Nashville,
delicious.
That
Tennessee.
has a particular odor to it. Nice. It's got not odor. It's got a scent.
Do you want beer or not?
Yeah.
What are you doing, man?
This is really good. You should.
I only bring the best for you guys. Come on.
Yeah, don't leave Jay hanging.
This is fantastic.
So
Oh my God, dude.
I forget what the exact name on this one is, but it's from Yazoo. They're out of Nashville, Tennessee. They do a Embrace the Funk Sour series,
Yeah,
and
We want the funk.
exactly.
dude.
Gotta have the funk, motherfucker. We want the
It's got this weird finish to it. I don't know any of these terms, but it's different than what I'm used to normally with sour beers.
Yeah.
I thought you were good at this game. Like,
So I first encountered this brewery. We were in Bowling Green, Kentucky, 2 years
That's
ago.
fantastic.
It is. Bowling Green, Kentucky.
very good.
I was meeting up with a guy that I brought some stuff from the Northeast to do like a bottle trade with, and he invited us back for this weird, sketchy ass bottle share.
Yeah.
And we tried a couple of their beers, and they were out of this world.
that's what this beer
I'll
makes me
tell
want to
you.
do.
Yeah.
This
This
beer
beer-
makes me wanna.
You know what this tastes like? The only sours I've ever had that taste like this have been home brewed sours.
This
They,
is Kazu?
Yazoo.
Yeah, it's got like
What's
a
the
particular
actual name on it,
funkiness
Jay?
that you don't normally
All right,
get.
this I'm sorry. Yeah,
It's on the side
This
of
is
the
by Yazoo Brewing
Yeah.
Company, Nashville, Tennessee. Embrace the funk.
Yeah, that's the series. There's a little by your
I
thumb
will
there.
fight you. Yazoo du Rouges Ale. Rouges.
You're an idiot.
A marriage of two
Let the
reds.
feel
French
like-
guy read it. Let the French guy read
This
it.
is a Flanders red.
I
yeah,
feel
you
like
do the accent though.
I feel like alongside the Ric Flair woo, we need the Little John yeah.
It's de rouge.
Yeah,
The,
this-
the
this
next
is a
the next
Flanders
best thing I
red.
got is
I'll
a-
read the description.
It's that
That's my
same
favorite sound drop now.
that same emotion is what I'm getting out of this beer.
Read the
De
description.
rouge.
In French accent.
A marriage of two reds we present our Flanders Red. Is a dark ruby ale fermented with wild yeast and souring bacteria, evolving for over a year in freshly emptied Merlot barrels.
You got to work anal sex into there.
I
We
won't-
hope you enjoy drinking it and anal sex
Anal.
The real Jeff comes out.
as much as we
Jeff,
enjoyed brewing
You,
it.
you reading that got me to like 40%.
Monster49@gmail.com. Monster49@gmail.com.
That's only one of my many
Monster49@gmail.com.
Why did it keep getting louder?
because people stop talking.
Pat's like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 11:45. It's happening.
I had a really good
And
friend.
I came.
I had a really good friend in before I left Toronto. I had a really good friend in Michel Poirier, and he actually taught me how to play drums for the first time ever.
Michel?
He's like the guy that was responsible for the next like 15 years of my life.
That's like in dodgeball.
Yeah.
Michel.
But we used to like sit in the basement and like we would like rip like
Each other's buttholes with your dicks.
yeah. We just like
An asshole's an asshole.
we just sit there like ripping Metallica songs and stuff, and his dad would always like it would be like 11 o'clock at night. We'd still be playing. His dad would like open the door, and he was like old school like French from like Quebec, and he'd be like, "Can you shut the fuck up, please? I do not care about Metallica."
Please put your penis back in my mouth and shut up.
Can you fuck off, s'il vous plaît?
Spellcam.
Speaking of French, have you heard about these Irish goats?
Yeah, what's up with
That
that?
was the worst segue I've ever heard.
I mean, it wasn't America, so
Does not
It
compute.
wasn't.
You're an idiot.
What's up with the goats?
I don't know. They're like fucking.
Are we talking about the greatest of all time Irish people? Or
A herd of wild goats procreating like there is no tomorrow could face castration after terrorizing an Irish town for weeks. Counselors said the animals roaming the outskirts of Ennis, County Clare, were a huge frustration and risked causing car crashes. They're just fucking in the streets. The goats have even been getting up on top of on top of cars and going around businesses at nighttime.
I thought they were like fucking on cars in like traffic. Like that's where I would draw the line.
Two of the goats were sick fucks and recently electrocuted after wandering into an electricity substation. They were into some freaky shit.
That just sounds
where
like
do you
wildlife.
find these things?
That just sounds like wildlife. Like if they're fucking on my car in traffic,
This
then
is the
yes,
Independent.
Then I'm like, all right.
UK.
All I can keep thinking about like is do you ever watch
Goats
Bob's
fucking?
Burgers?
Yeah, it's on behind you.
But when is it?
Yeah.
Oh shit! It totally is. But like when Tina like does the twerking in like different
Yeah.
areas, like that's like every time he says like they're fucking on a car, they're fucking an electric fence. I just picture Tina like twerking in like all these different places.
For some reason, every time I think of Bob's Burgers now, I just think of that one scene with like the MAGA poster where she's like, "Oh, that's perfect. No, I want a little lower, a little lower." And like it just lowers into
Into
a
the
trash
garbage.
can. She's like, "Perfect."
Dude, can we just talk about how fucking crazy it is that I just brought up Bob's Burgers and it's on the TV?
It's on
behind me,
TV
and I had
behind
no
you.
idea because I'm not facing it. That's a great show.
Aye.
I really love that.
Never watched it.
Yeah,
It's
neither
really
have I.
good. It's really good. Do you like Archer?
Never watched it.
Same here.
Oh,
idiot.
dude.
Not an Archer fan.
I,
I was
I don't have cable anymore.
Aqua
Though,
Teen.
so
Me neither.
huge
Frisky
Aqua Teen
Dingo? Frisky Dingo?
fan.
Anybody?
No, man.
Oh. God
Aqua-
damn. Watch it.
Aqua
Watch it.
Teen Hunger Force all day.
Have you guys watched?
Or-
If you
I
like
never-
Aqua Teen, you'll love Frisky Dingo and
There's
Archer.
some
Yeah.
guys that work that like
And Squidbillies.
BoJack Horseman.
I don't like it.
No, it's
I think
Will
it was
Arnett,
canceled.
right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Will
yeah,
Arnett.
yeah.
I think it was canceled.
You guys ever watch Squidbillies?
Yeah, that's
Squidbillies
weird.
is
I mean, I
fucking
just
hilarious.
discovered Rick and Morty like 2 months ago.
Oh, it's so good.
It's
I'm
so
not a fan.
fucking
I
good.
just started watching it too. It's
I
so good.
binged watched all 3 seasons in like a week and a half.
Dude,
I haven't seen anything of it. so I
Squanching.
Pickle Rick!
It's so good.
It is.
I don't love it. I watched the whole first season. I was like, eh. I was like, I kind of get it, but like, I'm not putting any more time into this.
I haven't seen any of it, so I can't.
Neither have I.
Oh, you could get lots of soundboard material off of that.
Oh yeah.
You know, one of
I
my
never wanted to watch it because I thought it was going to be fucking stupid. It's so fucking funny.
It's basically just making fun of every sci-fi universe thing you could ever possibly think of.
I did it the other day. I watched like an old In Living Color episode, and I started like taking bits out. I
Why
started
would you
like
punish yourself like that?
I love In Living Color, so I started
Homie
writing
clown?
like I started writing. Yeah, but it was like every like 10 seconds on the episode, I was making like time marker notes to give to Dave to like put sound drops in. And after a while, I'm like, this is like every other 10 seconds of every episode.
Could be a sound drop.
I love
Yeah.
it. I love it.
yeah.
Speaking of TV shows, I was a little depressed last week because
Well, 'cause the last
Literally-
episode we were talking about like 4 shows that got canceled.
literally all of my favorite shows got canceled on the same day.
Like what do we talk about?
It's
here?
also worth
Last Man
noting
on
that
Earth.
he also like months ago claimed a bunch of shows were going off the air. and they
Well,
weren't.
that's
I was
what's
only
actually
wrong
funny,
about one of those shows.
and that's what's actually funny about the part that's coming up too.
Yeah,
Okay, go
so
ahead.
so they canceled all my favorite shows. They canceled The Mick, which was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
They canceled Last Man on Earth, which was my favorite show on television.
I like that show.
They canceled Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and they canceled not The Mick, but the other guy from Sunny, Dennis from Sunny, had a show.
Yeah.
That was really funny too.
Yeah, he was like
They
a
canceled his
substitute
show.
teacher or
Yeah,
something.
they canceled his show. So, of all those shows, which all 4 of those shows were basically the best shows on TV, the backlash over.
So that's not true. Sound drop?
No, they definitely were.
No, because I agree.
Last
with
Man
I'm
on
not-
Earth
yeah.
was the greatest thing on television since
I
Twin
didn't-
Peaks. It like
I
seriously.
like Last Man on Earth because it seemed like another one of those Fox shows that were so outrageous that nobody watched. That was just like kind of just weaning along.
yeah,
like
literally
all the
Twin
other-
Peaks.
and that's why I liked it.
literally Twin Peaks. But what I'm
Or,
saying
or
is,
like
You're not saying.
like Herman's Head.
trying to. But you want to shut the fuck up.
Like Herman's Head was like that.
But the point is the backlash for one of those shows was so insane that they actually uncanceled it.
Well,
No.
No, another network picked it up.
NBC picked it up.
So
NBC
Brooklyn
picked up.
Nine-Nine got canceled by Fox, and
Yes.
NBC was like, this is a fucking hit, and this show's amazing.
Well, NBC
That's-
owned it anyway.
No, well, no.
I was gonna say they're all
that's not how
like
it works
SNL
anymore.
actors.
It's not the major networks.
production
that own
company
these-
owns the show.
Yeah, the production company
Yeah.
owns the show, and they were like, "Hey, Fox, you don't want us? NBC, give us some money," and that's what happened.
Yeah.
And you know what? Now I'm gonna watch it on NBC.
So yeah, absolutely, dude. That show's fucking amazing.
It's one of my
and
favorites
And
on
it was
TV.
just getting to the point where like so many storylines were coming together. Like they were about to get married.
That marriage was
There was like
awesome.
the hot chick's like
Hey.
bye.
Yeah.
She's dating
They
chicks
got a
now.
fuck glove on their head.
Tina rules. But
Nobody
yeah,
knows
so
what
I'm
I'm
super
talking
excited that Brooklyn Nine-Nine got picked up. I also
It's gonna be a while before it comes back.
I would like to, if anybody's listening, please, 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 because the best part of The Last Man on Earth was about to happen. Somebody, if I had the money, I would.
I never
Dude,
heard of this show.
Hulu will pick that up because
I
I
hope
know
so.
I know what Brooklyn Nine-Nine, like that was the thing. Like NBC wasn't the only one vying for Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Hulu is NBC.
Yeah.
No, I know, but I'm saying just as streaming, not
Yeah.
as
Right.
Yeah, but that's a
Like
thing.
Netflix
That's a thing
picked
now.
up.
Oh no, that's what I'm
Arrested
saying. Like
Development.
because they were gonna pick it up just as Hulu,
Yeah.
but they decided to go broadcast.
But Last Man on Earth is such a great show, and it was just getting like really, really good. It was about to get like to really like turn over into like what everybody wanted to see,
Yeah.
and then they canceled it. It's bullshit.
Yeah, that's I've watched a bunch of geekier shows like you ever watch Timeless on NBC? No. Like it's all
No.
about time travel, which I'm a nerd, so that's really awesome for me.
The last time travel
And it got-
show I watched was Sliders.
Sliders was the fucking shit.
Yeah,
Jerry
it was fucking
O'Connell.
awesome. Hell yeah.
That guy.
Timeless got canceled after last season, and the fans outraged, and NBC brought it back. And basically, the same thing's happening again, but it does not sound like it's going to get brought back. And it just got to the point where like their future selves showed up in the last episode to tell them something.
like right when it's about
Right.
to happen, like it's all the payoff.
Well, I
and
mean,
they're like,
if it
"Fuck
was
off."
if it was a Fox show, I could totally understand it because Fox is known for
Fuck
saying
it, yeah.
"fuck off."
Yeah.
Like when I was younger, you ever watch Fastlane?
No.
Bill Bellamy, Tiffany Amber Thiessen, and
Oh,
Peter
yeah,
Facinelli.
yeah. I've seen that.
The
Yeah, yeah,
premise
yeah.
of the show was fucking awesome. They're deep undercover cops. They bust bad guys, and all the shit the bad guys have, they keep, and they use all these fancy sports cars and everything else
Yeah.
to like bust other people. In 2001 or 2002, it cost them $1.4 million an episode, and they were like, goodbye. But they ended the show with like Tiffany Amber Thiessen looking all hot, tied to a chair, like total cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have
I'll
you ever-
watch her tied to anything.
Have you ever watched Jericho?
Yes,
yes!
There's
How
another
that
one.
ended.
Yeah, but they were supposed to make a movie out of that.
They were.
But that one was so weird. It was like two like really long drawn
Shout out
episodes.
Skeet Ulrich.
And then the very last episode of the second season is literally like 3 seasons worth of information all squished into one episode. And they're like, yeah, fucking the New Republic starting, and we've figured out how to fly a plane now, and now we're free, and show's over. Good night.
Seriously, that was a fucking awome show, though.
It was.
It was, but it
All,
ended
like,
weird.
Yeah.
All
No, because they
season
wasn't
and a
supposed to
third
be
of it.
They had to cram all that shit
Well,
into
it-
like the
yeah.
last
Wasn't
half
that,
of an
that was a
episode.
writer's strike show, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like it
I
was
don't
a
know.
it was like a 23 episode season, like
Yeah.
a 10 episode season.
yeah. The
and
writers
then it was
went on
gone.
strike.
I went through this whole like Armageddon phase where I just watched like any shows that had
I think
anything to do with that.
Jericho was probably the best
Armageddon,
television
yeah.
Armageddon.
What was
show.
that
Yeah,
one with the
I would say so.
what was the one with like it was like an NBC show
The
where
Stand?
like where what?
The Stand?
No,
Oh, like
Revolution.
was it Revolution? There was
Or-
no power
there was
or
no
anything.
power, because,
it
like-
was some weird dumb
Oh,
shit
yeah,
about
yeah, yeah,
gems
yeah,
or
yeah,
some
yeah.
shit
No,
that would
it
cut
was,
all the
it was
power off.
like little like
Someone
nanobites in the
mentioned this
atmosphere.
to me somewhat recently, in the past year. Anyway, that's all I have to say.
I just remember like I watched like 4 episodes of that, and then I got to one episode where
Fuck,
this
that
dude
Flanders
had
is good.
like all this
Yeah, it was
computer
really good.
equipment shit that would work.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, "Why does it work?" He's like,
that
"Oh,
was
because I have a gem." And I'm like, "Fuck this! This is so fucking stupid."
Do we need
Anyways.
to take a break at all?
Yeah, we need to take a break. I need to stop talking.
Let's take a quick,
I need a pee break.
quick few minutes. Pee, touch yourself.
I'm gonna do that.
When I think about you.
I touch myself. Oh.
We'll be back.
Oxballs.com.
That's a good call. Where's the bathroom?
What's better than getting wasted and listening to Slayer? I'll tell you what, not driving home. We have a new promo code with Lyft for $20 off. All you got to do is download the Lyft app, go to the promo section, and type in Heavy18. That's Heavy18 for a $20 credit on a new Lyft account. Now you can have like 4 more beers. Do it.
Hey, Paulo, what are you doing?
Just playing a game of cornhole in my mind.
Really? Why don't you play with the fucking boards that we have?
Oh, I could do that. We have flying cornhole boards, right?
We do.
Oh, cool.
From our sponsor, flyingcornhole.com.
That's pretty cool. So we have boards from them. I don't have to do it all in my brain.
No, you could actually enjoy it physically.
Oh, cool. Just give me a second. I need to tell some people to get the fuck out of my mind.
Come on with the order.
What is it?
Hey,
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
rising through the gates of hell. When I'm fucking on your bitch, you can always tell. Hold up, I got a call on my fucking cell. Been to the bank, yeah, we out here raising hell. Hey, cause I got my squad with me, we be causing mosh pit.
This the white kid?
It's the new guy that started following us on Instagram.
Who is this?
Your girl wanted, so it hits a
Young-
bit. Told her I'ma fucking make it.
Chang?
Young Chang?
Young Chang?
It's
What
Young
up, Young
Chow.
Chang?
Young Chow.
Young Chow.
Is this an Asian guy?
No.
No.
Like we talking
What? That's
Chow, like
racist.
in,
That's some racist
Uber?
shit right there.
He follows us on Instagram?
He just started following
Yeah.
us today.
Why can't he be like,
We figured we'd look up his SoundCloud and
fucked up, man.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're going to talk shit about him, right?
No. Why? He followed us on Instagram. We're thanking him for the follow.
I mean, yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
No, it sucks.
I also want to take this moment out to remind all the children out there that college is always a great option.
It's not for everybody.
Stay in school. You
Trade
wanna get
school.
into-
Trade
Whatever.
school is also
Trade
fine.
school's
We're,
good, you know?
we're
Trade school's
actually in a
good.
big like hole for people that
The
can
key is to
Spell hole.
find. The key is to find a craft that you'll actually get paid
YOUNG, however you spell chow.
Speaking of music, Dave,
That was
What?
tell us everything about Ghost playing at the Capitol the other day.
Oh.
Oh, it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, they're fucking so good
Yeah.
live. It's ridiculous. Did they come out with like the incense and everything?
I don't remember incense.
When I saw them, I've only seen them once, but they came out like a full Catholic mass. Like,
Can I tell you
the
guys something?
thing, like
Oh
the
yeah,
s-
no.
the
I mean,
swinging thing.
at one point he did have that in his
Yeah, yeah.
hand, but they didn't start the show that way.
They're so good.
Dude, it was such a good show and
So-
such a change for the Cap.
So,
Like,
but also, let me ask you this, because you didn't love Ghost when I kept telling you to listen to them. Now you've seen them live. Has it changed your opinion?
oh no, seeing them live is a completely different
See,
fucking game.
I hated them until I saw them live, and then
Yeah.
they were like my favorite band.
yeah, they're
They're
like
so good.
Their show
So,
is fucking
so good.
amazing.
Fuck
I
off.
have no
You
idea.
wouldn't.
I
You
don't
wouldn't.
either.
No,
I don't either.
good,
Because
good.
you're following like Young Chow.
Are they like? Is it like? Is it like King Diamond?
311.
It's kind of like King
311
Diamond,
was
actually.
just at the Cap not too long ago. Too.
I've got 311.
I love 311.
I've got tickets for 311 and Offspring over the summer at Jones Beach.
Dude,
Did they play the
that's-
Rats? Did they play the Rats?
I'm sure they opened with it.
I honestly I
song?
couldn't tell you the name of the
What was
songs
up with
that they played.
the like the coffins? Not coffins, but
They're taking all the dead
What
papas
was-
on tour.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, so
the,
it's all, like-
it was the past
so-
costumes.
I just remember.
Were they really just sitting there on the floor the whole show?
No,
No.
that
It was
they
only
were
for the
loading
meet and
in
greet.
at that point.
It was only for the meet and greet.
so
So they did like a VIP meet and greet where you got to come in. Those coffin things were there, and then
That was really cool.
you got
So-
a picture with the band and everything. And then they took those out before before general doors opened.
so you know who King Diamond is then, right?
yes.
Oh, yeah.
everybody knows.
All right. So I need to get something off my chest here, right? This is something I've always wondered about. Is that a joke, or is he like a real artist?
No, he thinks he's 100% on.
Yeah.
But like for you guys, it's a joke, right? Like you're
Well, we
listening
laugh
to it
about
because
it,
it's
yeah.
fun. All right, good,
But
good.
there are people who think that it's not fun.
I had a buddy of mine who
Ghost?
no
No, King Diamond.
King Diamond.
Oh yeah.
I had a buddy of mine who he's in a metal band in Jersey. They're called Digested Flesh, but he was a huge fan of
New Jersey.
he was a huge fan of King Diamond. And I always laugh like when he'd play, like he'd get like records and shit and posters and shit. So I started looking into him. And I'm like, this is an old man that's like trying to look.
Well, he wasn't old when they started.
Right.
He just was
He's
around
old
for a
now.
long time.
Yeah.
He's just been doing it for so long.
It looks comical. Like
No,
I
it's
know.
hilarious.
I know that you're used to
Yeah.
artists that like come and go in a year, but
no, dude.
He likes Wu Tang.
That's true. That's
I don't listen to
Toto by Africa.
But I always thought it was
All-time
funny,
greatest song
and
ever.
he would be like, "What's funny? What's so funny?" I'm like, "No, just the way he's dressed and stuff.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I like the face paint.
The
He's
the,
like he's awesome.
the
I'm like-
microphone with the two bones.
it was just like
Cross.
silly. Even like the words of his songs were kind of like.
Jeff, what beer are we
so
drinking?
yeah, I was just gonna ask that.
So I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but
Breweryage.
my sister sent a couple of these
like Belgian.
from this brewery. They're still from Los Angeles.
Breweryage?
It looks like Brouwerij West or Vest.
That's an awesome label.
It is a very cool
Yeah.
label.
it's trippy.
It's all like die cut.
It's like literally single pieces to this label. It's really cool. This beer is called Super Collider. It's an IPA
That's
with
Exploder.
mecha grade malted barley, raw oats, Citra, Mosaic, and Machueca.
Mecca Grade Malt is a small maltster out in Oregon, I believe, that everyone that I've talked to about the product it makes absolutely fantastic beer.
It
What do
is
you
a
think
good
of this
beer.
beer?
I'm loving it. It's
pretty good.
fantastic.
yeah, it's good.
I'm not kidding though. It's probably one of the coolest can labels I've ever seen.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
very cool.
Yeah, I like the die cut
So-
circles. Just it's cool.
Machueca Matuke is probably the only Machueca I've had, which is
Stop saying it.
New England, right?
I'm a Tucamoc.
It's Machueca.
Motueka?
So we got two beer
Yeah, but that's
experts
the
here.
name of their beer.
What's that? What's that? I'm
Machueca
smelling.
Matuke.
I
What's
can't
that? I'm
smell.
smelling.
Apparently, those are your balls. 'cause-
No, I mean
No,
the beer.
you're wrong.
It's got like a.
don't know.
It's
There
got
are
an
no balls
exquisite
in this
scent.
beer. No.
It's got an exquisite scent to it.
I put my balls in yours. Just yours, though. Those are Canadian.
Your
That's-
balls.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna dip my balls in it.
That's actually the house rule.
Your
at my
balls
place.
smell intriguing.
If I
my friend.
if I shut you out in beer pong, I get to dip my balls in a beer and you have to drink it.
I'm gonna dip.
I feel like you should be part of the heavy drinking podcast.
Well, it's better. It's better than the college rule, which was run like 150 yards naked to the corner and back. We kept doing that even after the cops drove by one time. But that's a whole
I don't think
nother-
any of us went to college. So.
Your
Yeah.
college.
I went to college.
I did too, but it was like
is
a
the
2
name of
years.
the beer from Nepco. Just Google
I
it.
dropped
not
out.
mock,
but I
it's
mean, I went to
Mauke.
college. Trying to say I
do you
didn't go
know?
to college.
These two
Because
are
it's
still
fucking-
arguing over a fucking pronunciation.
It's
Mother-
Mauke.
It's New Zealand.
Yeah, it's still fucking.
It's a good fucking hop.
It's still
God damn it!
It's still those like huge like brown guys.
Do I have to
Is
use
that what
the
I'm
fucking
smelling?
meat tenderizer?
Mauke.
I guess we are retarded.
Mauke.
Cut it out.
Here come the judge. Here come the judge.
Pat might pull out that cheese fork and serve you. Be careful.
It's tiny. I could shank someone with this real good. It feels kind of like a prison.
Stab
shank in
Jeff
my
for
hand.
me. Are we fighting with our eyes again?
You're an idiot.
Everybody's known somebody that's been stabbed with a fork, right?
Yes. My
Yeah.
brother Gary stabbed my brother Dave with one.
See? Everybody's been
didn't-
stabbed with a fork.
Didn't you stab Gary in the eye with a pencil and the lead is still there?
I did.
It is.
There's literally, I'm not even kidding. And this is like a picture thing that the people listening can't see. But there's a piece of lead in Gary's eye right here.
It's actually like closer to his nose.
It's
It's like
graphite, right?
yeah,
under his
but it's-
eye, closer to his nose.
But it's like millimeters away from his eyeball. And Jay from across the room stabbed him in the face with a pencil, and it
That's
broke
what you
off.
call-
Why would you do that?
And it broke off, and I'm not even kidding. It's millimeters away from his
not
eyeball.
how. First of all, that's like the game telephone.
No, that's what happened.
From across the
That's
room.
what
Keeping
What
in
does that
tradition.
mean? You ever
Like,
see the
like-
old YouTube video where
I like
dude-
shot a pencil at him.
No, you ran at him with a like a stabbing motion,
Keeping in tradition
like
with
hi-ya! Like Miss Piggy.
I was literally standing there.
keeping in tradition of my terrible luck. In like 7th grade, I threw a pencil at somebody. I didn't even throw the pencil. I threw the eraser off of
See
like
it
one of
like it was
those.
yesterday.
You know, like one of those click pencils.
mechanical pencil.
Mechanical
There
pencil.
you
There you
go.
go. Click.
The mechanical type guy is like the click thing.
Mechanical. Layman's terms. Mechanical
I'm
pencil.
a click engineer.
Yeah. For all the advanced people, it's a click pencil. But I remember like throwing the eraser off one of those at somebody, and the teacher, her son just happened to have gone blind because when he was in 4th grade, somebody threw an eraser at him, and it hit him square in the eye, and like it blinded him for life.
Did everybody start calling him a racerhead?
No, like even as a little kid, like I'd always like noticed that I've had bad luck with shit. So when she said that, I stand up and I'm like, of course, and like I just walked out of class because I knew I was in trouble anyway. But what kind of bullshit is that? Like you throw an eraser and it happens to be in the class of a woman whose child went blind because somebody else threw an eraser at her kid.
Listen, every
I feel like she
classroom
just said
I
that.
feel like it just blacked out.
No, it actually happened.
Came into the middle of the conversation.
spell came.
That's because you did.
I remember
Every-
hearing about it like later on in life because like somebody ran into her child. Who I think he was only like 3 or 4 years older than us.
Jesus Christ, he's blind and somebody ran
He's
into him?
blind into one eye, in one eye, and I remember somebody mentioning that was so and so.
So he had a freak eraser accident.
Yeah.
and he's blind.
Yeah, but I remember like
try telling that as your life story.
a buddy of mine was like, "Dude, I met this dude, and his eyes fucked up." I'm like, "I know." He's like, "Cause I'm like an eraser." He's like, "How the fuck?" I'm like, "In his eye when he was fucking like 5 or some shit."
Put it in
Anyways.
my glass.
Yeah, give me some more beer.
Stick it in my ass.
All right, Pat. What else you got going on? Tell us. What's big news? What's coming up?
Oh,
Full
that
I
pores?
wasn't ready for this.
That looks
Full pores, or just you
Dude.
with homebrew, or
I'm
Listen,
actually no, I got something.
there we go. Okay.
I am at the end of June hitting the West Coast for a week and a half, Seattle and Portland.
Nice.
dude.
Because,
Have you been to Seattle before?
I have not.
Okay, I went to Seattle this summer. You're gonna have the best fucking time. I'm gonna give you the name of 4 bars.
Jeff.
Yeah, you'll fucking.
I did not, but I
Love
haven't.
it.
I haven't. I gotta man up and finish this first. Hold on.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I told you guys before this show started, I went to the a little nature food store in the Green, and I bought some like organic energy drink.
I went there today
Who
too.
the fuck are you?
Dude, I think that's why I'm talking so much.
Shout out to.
I've been rambling like
You
a
do this. No,
motherfucker.
you do this every week.
Shout out to the
No, but
Common Boss.
today like especially.
So
Come
there's a bar in downtown Seattle called Shorty's.
All right.
So the front of it is one of those bars like in New York where it has like unlimited hot dogs for like 50 cents.
For the show.
The back of it is a pinball room. So it's like 100 pinball machines.
No, you shouldn't.
Then right next to that, there's a Mexican food restaurant that I can't think of the name of, but I'll find it for you. The food is fucking amazing.
two
Next to that
conversations.
is like a a old pirate hooker bar.
You pirate hooker.
Yeah, dude, this street is fucking amazing. Also, start climbing a stairmaster because Seattle basically is here's the water. And then here's the city.
He just raised his hand really far in the air.
Picture me saluting Hitler, and that's
the hill.
water to the
Yeah.
next bar.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was about to say something. Like,
Now, if Pat, you wanted to finish your story.
Yeah, so we're heading out to Seattle. We're heading out to Seattle. Normally, my good friend Mike and I take a yearly road trip. We're basically Mike and I, whatever. We take a yearly road trip somewhere
Is he Jewish?
within driving distance to drink a lot of beer at different breweries and play a fuck ton of disc golf because that's what we do. So this year we
is it a standard fuck ton or a metric fuck
It's a
ton?
metric fuck ton.
Okay.
This year, instead of road tripping, we're flying to Seattle because we have a few friends that moved out there. We also have a friend in Portland. So we're spending a few days in Seattle, driving 3 hours out to Portland, hanging out down there. And that's where HomebrewCon is this year. So it's basically going to be a 3-day beer festival.
Oh right, yeah. The guys
Yeah.
at
Oh, nice.
Bad Sons were saying that.
Yeah, it's gonna be an awesome trip. I'm gonna spend a lot of money on beer that I probably don't need to drink, but I'm gonna do it anyways.
Well,
Speaking-
here's
And
the
I'm gonna
cool
play
part.
a lot of awesome disc golf.
If you go to Shorty's, you can only get PBR. So you're going to spend most of your money playing pinball.
yeah, that's not
But
our
it-
kind of spot.
But no, I'm telling you, you'll love it.
Like we are when we do this, we are a true road trip duo. Like we'll be like, all right, where are we going? South. All right, let's find a brewery, and we drink. Let's find another brewery, and we drink. Find a third brewery, and we drink. And like, are you tired? And he's like, yeah. Let's find some cheap, shitty hotel, and we hop on Google and find a place for like $60 a night, and that's where we crash.
I get
And then we wake it up and we do it again for like a week.
I get doing that, but I'm telling you, Shorty's is a landmark. You have to check it out.
All right,
Promise
Shorty's.
me you'll go.
He doesn't even like hot dogs.
Yeah, I don't. I'm a vegetarian. I don't even eat hot
Yeah.
dogs.
How
Does,
would you know?
Does Portland, Oregon have like a stigma to it?
What do you mean?
Stigma? What do you mean?
Portland's supposed to be like one of the greatest
Yeah.
cities in America. right
That's
now.
one place I haven't been that I want to.
I changed my tires today, and the dude at the tire change place, I worked with his son at Circuit City like when I was in high school, and he was changing my tires, and he's like, my son will finish changing your tires. And this dude comes out from the back of the tire. I don't want to say the name because I go there all the time, but his son comes out.
Town Fair.
No, it's not. His son comes out, and I'm like, I don't know that dude. Like, he doesn't look familiar, you know? I'm like, don't you have another son? He's like, yeah. So-and-so junior. I'm like, yeah, him. I used to work with him at Circuit City. He's like, yeah, he's 34. He lives in Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
Your bill's $1,126.
Where were you going with that?
No, it was just weird.
Can you come back here? Because he tells stories like that all the time, and
He
nobody
does.
has the balls to be like,
No.
"What the fuck are you?"
No.
talking about?
It's just weird. 'cause,
I got
like,
lost. Like I'm like, he
said it-
What is that about?
Alcoholic.
What is that about?
You weren't alone.
He
Pat.
said it like it was like a. I'm ashamed of him. He lives in Portland.
I like
It's,
the
it
slow-
was
the slow
strange.
pause
He was
really
like,
made
he's
the-
34 and lives in Portland, Oregon. I'm like, okay. He's like, your bill is $1,126.
Portland is.
Like, he completely changed the subject
For
right
fucking
after.
tires.
Yeah.
Were these like gold plated?
No, for my truck. They're expensive tires. for
yeah, I
a
mean,
truck.
I got 4 tires for my shitty car, and it was $800 like 3
Toyota
months
Tundra, $1,126.
ago. Yeah, I have a Mazda. They were $800 like 3 months.
Yeah,
ago.
tires are fucking
But
expensive.
essentially, the question you're asking is: Portland is essentially the hipster capital of America right now.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah.
afraid. I'm very afraid.
I don't see anything wrong with it.
Which would be why his father said it that way.
It was
Right,
strange.
that's what I'm thinking.
It was just a very
new beer
awkward moment.
that we're drinking is from also Breweries West.
West.
Oh, it's called
Oh, sorry, we're on
Starfish.
a new one.
It is it's got a lot of lemon.
Starfish. It's a
it's got a little more bitterness.
IPA
Citra hop?
with Mecca grade barley, raw spelt, raw oats, raw rye,
Right.
Chinook, and Centennial hop.
Chinook.
they're
That's
all
a hop.
about-
That's a hop I'm not used to. Chinook.
I like.
They're all
Chinook.
about raw dogging it in California.
Label is not as cool. It's a die cut circle, but not as.
It's actually kind of cool if you look at it. It's a guy standing.
I'm just,
in the-
I just meant the.
it's
like
a guy
the die cut
standing
circle.
They set
in
the bar-
water,
they
and
set
his
the bar
reflection
high.
is his skeleton.
They set the bar high with the first beer.
I'm actually
Okay.
gonna say, for a while, I've been shying away from.
I like it.
From not only West Coast IPAs, but West Coast versions of New England IPAs. They just have been coming up short. But the ones that I've had today so far are really good. Like I'm really
They do that weird blend thing where they're like,
Jeff
oh,
will
it's
never
a West
know.
Coast
Well, I think
version of
a
the New
great
England IPA.
I think you're
bitter
also
IPA.
expanding.
I'm not a big fan of that.
No. Like every West Coast IPA I've had are like a lot more bitter and like that's just not what I'm into. Like I came into it on green.
Came.
Green from Treehouse.
No,
turned
that's
me
what I'm
on to
saying.
IPAs.
Like you,
So, like,
you started on
New England IPA.
New England dank fucking
Right.
Like
And I only like them because they taste like marijuana. So when I started drinking like West Coast IPAs, like I've never been into them. And even the West Coast versions of New England IPAs have never been good to me. The stuff I've had today has been really good.
Speaking of Treehouse, did you see they put their raffle online for their anniversary tickets?
No.
So
No.
I think it went live yesterday or today. It's free tickets to the event. They're going to do a random drawing when it closes, like in a couple days. If you win, you're allowed to bring a +1 guest, and you must bring a designated driver on top of that.
That's amazing.
They will not let you in the door without a designated driver.
Really?
That literally means Treehouse is he's like, I'm looking at you and I'm gonna fuck you up.
Yes, and it's free if you get it. If you're one of the lucky ones that gets a ticket, I think it's like 2 sessions they're doing too. You get a free glass, a free T-shirt, the 2 tickets, and a designated driver. Like, I mean, they're doing it right.
Average,
pretty rad.
The average visitor to Treehouse brings like 3 or 4 mules with them.
Dude,
As is,
It's so funny watching people carry that shit out to the car. It's
I have not
so
been.
funny.
I have not been to the new location because
Oh,
I just
man.
don't want to wait in the line.
Dude,
It's
honestly,
just funny watching them hand
only been
cart
twice.
18 cases of beer down the hill,
They spent
and then
$9 million.
well, their grandma's behind them, carting like the oxygen tank behind her because she had to stand in line to fucking get an extra 12-pack.
at this point, I've been twice. The first time I went, the line was maybe 15 minutes. The second time I went was with Jay. The line was half an hour.
It depends.
That's
what they
because we
release.
got there before they
It was
opened.
It was a half-hour line, but we got there 15 minutes before they even opened. So it was still a 15-minute line, technically. Well, that's not true because if you showed up right when it opened, it would have been an hour.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Line.
Well, it depends what if they release some new beer that no one's ever had before.
Well, dude, we got
people
Ma.
come out of the fucking woodworks out of nowhere. I don't get it.
We got Ma that day, which is a red ale, and I
Ma's
guess
a good
that's
beer.
pretty rare for them to brew it.
Ma's a solid beer.
Yeah, it was.
It's funny.
I can't criticize. Their beers are great.
Everyone always says Treehouse hops, hops, hops. Their dark stuff and other offerings.
Single shot.
Single shot's awesome.
I've
They're-
never had the single shot, but
I took a sip of it out of Bill's can.
that's right.
That is-
I
yeah.
did act. Yeah, that is true. But what I will say is the Ma
You like it
is,
in the can.
is basically a super, super, super hopped version of a red ale.
Yeah.
So
But-
it's still hoppy, even though
But
it's a red
even
ale.
like their Pilsner was fucking awesome.
I never had their Pilsner.
Yeah, their Pilsner was great. I forget what it's called, but it was great.
Pilsner.
I was stoked to get the what was it? The one experimental
Curiosity
46. 46. That was great. That was a really good beer. And that was a surprise too. We weren't expecting that. So I mean, I've been twice. I have never been disappointed. But I've also had a friend who lined up for 2.5 hours and got 2 cans of Juliet.
Yeah, I'm not into.
Jesus.
There's so much good beer out there. Like your sister did not wait in line for these beers that we're drinking, and they're fucking fantastic.
I mean, I don't know what she did.
No, she didn't wait in line for these beers. But like, there's so much good beer out there. I can't justify spending 2 hours in a line to spend an excessive amount of money when I
If
can
we
walk.
pulled up that day and it was like wrapped around the building, I would have been like, "Fuck this shit."
Well, there's the upper parking lot and the lower parking lot. And when we pulled in, they pulled us into the lower, and we were like, "Fuck this!" And they were like, "Well, no." They waved us on to the upper, and they were like, "All right, well, we'll wait then."
That's how I've really started feeling about beer. Is how I feel about food. Like people always say, like so and so place has the best pizza or the best whatever, but you can get pretty good pizza at a lot of different places that you don't have to wait in line.
Well, I mean, it's like judging New Haven pizza.
yeah. New Haven pizza is great.
There's 10 fucking places you can go and
Yeah.
get an amazing pie,
Yeah, yeah.
but the best one might be one of these 1-3 that
But here's the thing.
no one's gonna know the fucking difference.
But
if you're
here's the
not-
thing.
If I put one of those 3 a pizza from what, like
We're talking about Pepe's. We're talking about Sally's. We're
and
talking
modern, right?
72% of smokers are
Modern
from lower
parties.
income communities.
Modern, if you order
Sally's-
modern to go, it's
Just
no
said that
problem
on
at all.
television.
I can get you. If you put a pie from Modern
72% of
and a pie
smokers
from Sally's
are already
and a
pieces of
pie
shit.
from like
You would know the difference.
like Bella Pizza down here in the Green together, like you'd enjoy all of them. I'm not
Oh,
saying
100%.
You'd like all of them. Like
Right.
you would be like, this one's. Ugh.
But here's what
You'd
I'm
That's
never
what I'm
say
saying.
that.
It's like-
You'd be like, that's good. That's really good.
It's like we
that's
get
really good.
Like we get
spoiled.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
get really spoiled because it's like, oh, this is the best pizza. This place is shit. It's not shit. It's amazing
It's
pizza.
still better than
I
you're
feel
gonna
that way
get in
with
Florida.
a lot of beers now. Like I drink beers and I'm like, Treehouse stuff's really good, and then I have like the Carmactaru stuff. I'm like, that stuff's really good.
Speaking of
And this
Connecticut
stuff's really
pizza,
good, and
you
that
know who I
stuff's
want
really
to shout
good.
out? Mystic Pizza, because that shit sucks balls. It's the worst pizza I've ever had in my life. They
They
made
got
a whole
that
movie
sign-
about
They
it.
made a whole movie.
But
They got
wait.
that sign though.
But wait, I have a thing.
That's
that
all
I
that
wanna say.
matters.
So here's the thing: you go to let's say, all right, can we all agree that the consensus is the best pizza in Connecticut and essentially the world is Pepe's?
Yeah, but
I don't
No, there-
personally.
it
I'm not
depends who you ask.
Listen,
Here's the thing,
listen.
though. Go ahead,
I'm
go
not
ahead.
personally saying that I agree with that, but I'm saying the consensus generally is
Well,
that Pepe's
No,
is
no,
the best pizza.
I like-
they're one of the top 5.
But
I like-
okay,
I
wait,
like-
shush. What I'm saying
Before you
is-
go any farther,
No.
hold on.
Oh,
I like Pepe's cheese and they're plain and everything.
I don't care about Pepe's. That's not the point. The point is that if you go to Pepe's, it might take an hour to get a pizza. If you go to Domino's, it's still going to take you a half hour to get the pizza.
Yeah.
Pepe's is definitely better than twice as good as Domino's.
Yeah.
That's my point. Like
The one thing that's weird
you're going to
is
wait for pizza no matter where you go.
There was a lot of
When
math in that statement.
when they do a lot of the pizza ratings, I'll notice like Sally's usually wins for like cheese or like very classic forms of pizza. And lately, a lot of the Pepe's pizza wins. It's usually like clam.
Yeah, Clam's Casino
Well,
is
they-
like
Yeah.
their big
They quote unquote invented the clam.
Yeah,
Clam Casino.
But
Yeah. it's delicious, but
But
the argument
honestly,
is the cheese, right?
if you go to
The
Zapardi's
plain.
in
The
West
water.
Haven, better clam pizza.
no, but I mean,
Yeah.
like, they judge
Oh,
it
yeah.
off the plain cheese pizza.
right.
yeah. Well,
But the
But-
reason it's good is because the water is apparently
I think
what
is
makes it
weird
go.
because Pepe's. If
like
you go to
beer.
Pepe's New Haven, their original pie that they're famous for is just dough and sauce.
Well,
No-
it's
Yeah,
a
there's
it's
no-
a pizza.
there's
It's
barely
a
any
it's a
cheese.
it's no
It's like
it's a
sprinkled
pizza.
Parmesan, right?
Oh,
It's a
the-
pizza.
Yeah,
it's not
that's what it is.
pizza. It's a pizza.
It's a pizza. Yeah.
yeah,
It's
and
it's
good.
yeah, and it's
You want a
not.
pizza.
There's
Good.
no mozzarella. Mozzarella
Yeah.
is a topping.
Yes.
It's Parmesan though.
You
on the
want
regular
a good pizza?
There's a little bit, but
like
not
sprinkled
yeah.
though.
Go into your local pizza shop, like somewhere like Captain's Pizza or something, and order a bacon pizza
Fuck
with,
Captain's.
with Parmesan instead of mozzarella, and it will blow your mind. Just saying.
Oh yeah.
I would like to just bring up our
For
old
everyone
game,
outside of
Unexpected Parmesan.
Connecticut, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that shit
Whatever
pisses
happened
me
to
off
that?
when people are like, "Oh no, the pizza in fucking Nashville is delicious."
Listen, I've traveled
Go fuck yourself.
through.
That shit's
I've
not
traveled
good
almost
at
through
all.
every state.
Yeah,
Pizza can't compare.
And where it's
no,
good?
dude.
Porky's Cafe.
Yeah, Porky's has fucking amazing.
Yeah.
pizza.
Really good pizza, Shelton, Connecticut.
The only pizza I've ever really had that I've enjoyed outside of Connecticut was in Troy, New York. There was 2 pizza places right next to each other. I love New York pizza, and I can't remember the other one because I was always drunk. That pizza was good, but outside of that, it all sucks.
I farted my chair away.
Dude, I remember I went to Portugal one year, and there's a pizza place in Lisbon. and I
Portugal
was-
the man or Portugal?
no,
the
no,
country?
no, Portugal the country, and that's funny. And
Thank you.
I remember seeing a pizza place, and I like there's McDonald's there. Granted, they sell like prosciutto sandwiches and hot dogs.
McDonald's hot dog. That sounds
Yeah,
good.
it's dude. The McDonald's, the hot dog is like the hamburgers are like all the way at the bottom of the menu. You know, like on our menu, like the fish, the fillet of fish, and like chicken
Yeah.
nuggets, like this shit that not nobody gets, but like
salad.
everybody usually gets burgers at McDonald's, and that other stuff is less popular. It's still popular, but less popular, right? The European McDonald's, like the burgers are like number 10 on the menu. Number 1 is like prosciutto sandwich.
Falafel.
Yeah, like weird falafel.
I want a
falafel.
McFalafel.
Yo, I bet that's dank.
I mean, the McRib is fucking awesome. So
Like,
how
you
bad
can
could
get-
a McFalafel
That
be?
is true.
You can get like a latte, a flaky pastry, and something else. It's like a number 3 in the breakfast menu. It's weird. Anyways, so like I saw a pizza place, and I'm like, Pizza, awesome. It is fucking awful, dude. It's like microwave dough. They use like tomato paste as the sauce.
Do you
And
remember
then
when they had
some of
pizza
the-
here, though?
That is rich.
Garbage, dude. It just tastes like garbage.
Do you remember when they had it
like
in
sugar.
America, though?
what
Or
pizza?
North America? Because I was in Canada at the time. McDonald's made pizza. It was called McPizza. And it
No,
was
I
so
remember
good. It was just
Was it?
That
It
was,
was a
never. That
salt
was
bomb.
never a Connecticut thing.
It was a
Yeah.
salt bomb.
Jeff does like his salt.
It was like a salty, doughy mess, which is
Now,
the
so-
reason
dude, some
that
of
I'm 300
some of the
pounds.
best pizza I had outside of Connecticut and New
You
York
are not 3.
Salt and
was actually Vegas.
wait, where?
I believe that.
With
A
me?
spot called Grimaldi's,
I never went there.
and they're kind of a chain. There's only like 3 or 4 of them, but they started in New York.
Grimaldi's in Connecticut?
There's
I've heard
there
of
might be one in
Grimaldi's.
Connecticut, but they started in New York, and they actually ship the water and dough from New York to Vegas
Oh, all
to
right.
maintain a consistent product.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
it's fucking great pizza out
That's
in
fair.
Vegas.
Jay just grabbed the beer I'm most excited of.
It better be fucking good.
Tell me the name of it.
It's by Ritual Brewing Company, and it's called the Art. Oh, it's not the Art of Dankness. Double IPA, and their slogan is "Beer is my ritual."
What's that 420 thing in the back? Is that when it was made or released? It says 420 2018.
That's probably when it was
That's
released.
a release, yeah. All right, so shit.
Put it in.
We do not know what marijuana feels like, but
Oh,
I'm assuming
looks like
this
piss.
beer will get you pretty close to that.
So while we
Dank me up, Jay.
while
Pineapple.
we go
Pineapple.
while we go into this
Oh,
guy,
you go.
Jeff's favorite segment.
Oh yeah, Pat. This is when we talk about pornography or anything sex related,
Anything adult related.
adult related.
Adult related.
Penises. Jay, you're gonna have to pull this one up.
I have a
So
pulled
she
up.
said. He
And
said
I
it.
meant-
Somebody said it.
My cock out of
This segment's brought to you
Out
by
of my sleeve.
oxballs.com.
Jeff's personal.
No, it's
sponsor.
not. Pay us.
I feel like even if nobody ever listens to these podcasts, this is how you should spend time at the bar with your friends. You should have like all your old conversations recorded and then little sound bites of them on hand.
Well, that's literally what we said from day one.
Exactly.
Is what this podcast is.
That's all we need. Like,
We are sitting at a bar with your
yeah,
friends.
asking you a goddamn thing.
that's what I'm talking about. Like, that's from an episode.
Today's topic.
No, it's not. That's fucking Samuel L. Jackson.
No, but we did that in another episode, though. Like, didn't we talk
That time,
about?
no, we definitely had Samuel L. Jackson on the show.
No. I mean, like, you played that sample during another episode.
Well, yeah.
Quentin Tarantino
Today's
ran it.
today's topic
Is what I'm trying to
is
say.
an article titled "All the Puzzling Things That Happen to Your Body When You Masturbate," explained by science.
Okay. All right. Can I just jump out ahead of this one?
Surely.
The only puzzling thing that's ever happened to me when I masturbated was feeling like
Why
I
do
got
I feel
hit
so alone?
in the back of the head with a sledgehammer.
We've actually
felt
we've
that.
talked about that on the podcast before.
Other
Yeah.
than that, it's
See what I'm
never
saying?
it's never been puzzling.
Post-colloidal snuffleupagus.
He even remembers it. He even remembers the term.
Post-coital cephalophagus.
Kinda.
Snuffleupagus.
Snuffleupagus. That's
Very.
right.
I think I saw that on an episode of
Snuffleupagus.
Sesame Street. The saddest, weird mammoth, woolly mammoth I've ever seen.
You were
That
just
should be our next T-shirt.
you were
It
just
should be
thinking
the post-coitus.
That's gonna be good.
you were just thinking about my penis. when you thought
Bazinga.
That's gonna be good.
I'm good. Yeah, I'll
That is
start.
our next pod.
that.
that is our
Post-coital
next-
cephalophagus.
I'll start designing that.
Yeah, that's
That's
good.
a great. That would be a great beer name. I should brew that.
Post-coital
Post-coital
snuffleupagus.
snuffleupagus.
Let's do a,
I am
a
LOLing.
cross-promotional beer.
I don't know what kind of style it would be.
Full
but
pours heavy.
It's got to be like a weird amber
It's got
beer.
no. It's got to be a white. Something
No,
white.
Snuffleupagus.
No, snuffleupagus was red.
Yeah.
No, but it's cum. he's
I thought
talking
he was
about.
brown. I thought he was
Well,
brown.
no, he's brown. He's a giant brown woolly mammoth.
Dave's talking about cum.
It was like a reddish brown.
It's a wit. It's definitely a
I was
wit.
gonna say purple,
It's
but
kinda
yeah, brown.
rusty
I
colored.
think a dark amber
Yeah,
or brown
rusty.
ale.
Postcoital snuffleupagus. That's hilarious.
I was gonna say if he's brown, it should be like that sour.
It sounds like a sex move.
right because you want
Flanders?
to you kind of want to get like the vinegar stroke.
I can get down on that.
Yeah, right. Postcoital.
Wait, no, wait. Paula just hit on something amazing.
It's when you get really sad
We
after
need
you
to
have
make
sex.
a sour Flanders called Vinegar Strokes. Dude, that's
Snuffleupagus was like
postcoital snuffleupagus is the part 1, and part 2 is a red Flanders called Vinegar
Oh,
Strokes.
oh,
called what?
patent
Vinegar
pending.
strokes.
Patent
Shiva
pending.
Kamini!
Patent pending.
By
Everybody, patent pending. Patent pending. We
the
should-
time you hear this, we will have mailed it to ourselves.
yes,
Yeah.
we should make a
is
sour
all-
beer.
this
We
is
should
all
make a
timestamped.
sour beer. It's called Vinegar Strokes.
Vinegar Strokes, yeah.
You take a sip, and somebody should be there with a camera to take a photo of the face you make as you're taking your first sip of it.
I can always
we should
tell
call
when things
Johnny.
are
He'll
getting.
put that on the cans.
Yeah, he totally
Honestly,
would.
I'm not even kidding. Vinegar Strokes is the best name for a sour I've ever heard
Yeah.
in my life.
If it's
Yeah.
a vinegary sour.
Is it
So
me
we've
or
gone
is-
through the entire song and not even touched
Is it
on
me
the
or is
No.
Snuffleupagus Sesame Street's Eeyore?
Yeah.
It's
He's
you.
just a depressed
Pretty
Tell
much.
me about
elephant.
Tell me
I
about
thought that was
jerking off.
Oscar the Grouch.
I don't know. Like Snuffleupagus was just like kind of sullen.
Oh,
I always made the joke that
Yeah.
when HBO bought Sesame Street, I'm like, great, they can finally get Snuffleupagus on some Valium or something. Yeah, because PBS wasn't going to do it.
Your first question might be, why can't you pee immediately afterwards?
I can
After
pee
you're done
anytime.
masturbating, it's often nigh on impossible to urinate, even if nature's call feels really quite urgent. So what's up? Somebody says this is something that affects people with penises. Penises and vaginas. Well, who else is there? Because
We don't want to get into that. We've
because the
talked
same
about that a lot.
neural arousal system controls the bladder and moderates the process of sexual arousal. Well, okay, it makes perfect sense.
Is that saying why you
Moving
always
on.
have to pee after, or why you cannot?
It's why you
Why you
have to, but
can't.
you're not able to.
No, I always have to,
'Cause
and
it's
then
like
I do.
It's like
yeah.
it's like when a train track they're like switching directions or something.
Within like 3 minutes of having sex, I have to pee.
Really?
It's
Yeah,
pretty
but
Speaking
given.
of directions,
It's not you
don't
don't.
know you're
It's not that you don't have to pee. It's
No,
that
no,
you're
I go.
standing
I
there.
go and do.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I'm weird.
There's a perfect solution for that. Just you take a shower.
Why does one
And then just piss in
testicle
the shower.
sometimes ascend?
What do you mean sometimes? It has to be has to be lower so you
The
can walk.
cremaster
and sit down.
muscles that surround the testes start contracting.
That's horseshit.
Whatever. This is dumb.
One
so
hangs
far.
low
It is-
because you can't walk if they're both rubbing up against each other.
Ascension of the testes is
I hate
necessary
the wording on this whole fucking
to
article.
achieve full
Why can't?
expulsion or
Oh,
ejaculation.
you're reading it. Why
I
can't?
feel like Dave's gonna be like ascension of the testicles.
Here's
is
another
necessary
question.
To not be a bitch.
Why can't people with vulvas keep on masturbating after orgasming? You mean
can.
women?
And they can because
Okay.
they keep going all the time.
Yeah.
Pat, are you regretting this?
Not
Yeah.
at all. This is fascinating.
Why can't people with penises carry on masturbating after they come? I do every time.
Because they're soft.
That's not true.
But that's what they're talking
That's
about.
not true.
No, girls don't have that though.
Why do you get a red rash on your chest? What the
Wait.
fuck?
I've never had a red rash.
Yeah.
Read
Neither have I.
through
I'm
this.
too
'cause I'm-
hairy to notice.
This
So-
rash occurs due to vasocongestion, which not only results in blood flow increasing in one's genitals, it also occurs in other parts of the body and skin.
All right, I would like to say this right now.
Why do previous?
That's not a jerk off thing,
Yeah.
which this is supposed to be about
no,
jerking
it's
off.
masturbation for men and women.
Right. That's,
What makes me want to
chicks
go
can
on?
jerk off too.
All right, here we go.
What chemical makes me want to go on the Xbox afterwards?
What I'm saying
Why
is,
is your pee a split stream afterwards?
wait, hold on. I'm still
'Cause there's a
I'm
hair
still
block
worried
in the
about
hole?
Vasodilaconstriction. Because what I'm saying is, if you come and you get that, you don't have to be masturbating to get that. I'm sure if a partner gets you off, you're still gonna get that if you get that.
Yeah.
I jerk off all the time. That's never happened to me.
I do it at 10 and 3 every day.
Wait, all right, is that your like penis position
systematic.
or like
No,
the
that-
time of the
that's
day?
the time of the day.
10 and
I have,
3.
I have a schedule.
That's
I
twice
do
a
it.
day.
I do it at noon and midnight.
Yeah.
That's
Mid morning break and right after lunch.
Why does direct clitoral
That's-
stimulation
that's
sometimes feel
730
too
times a
intense?
year.
Well, this fucking idiot doctor says it might be that you already may have had a small orgasm and didn't recognize it, or maybe you need more lube.
I like how he laughed at that.
Giggle and less pressure, meaning like Maybe you just came already and didn't know it, or you
I-
didn't come at all.
I wish we could get that little giggle
somewhere in
and shoulder
between.
shrug on video. That was fantastic.
Yeah. You were working that mic, man.
If you fucking don't know that you just had an orgasm, you're an idiot.
Why did previous injuries throb during masturbation?
Because your blood's
Pumping.
pumping through your body.
When I was like
Well, this-
21, I
I've
had
never had a previous injury throb. though.
when I was 21, I had a dare with a friend of mine
Lucky you.
to be able to. It was just like a gentleman's bet, like you're working purely off your word, right? Because there's no way to prove it. But tried to go through like a couple months of having sex with your girlfriend without making any expression when you come,
I never do.
just doing the thumbs up,
I would. Okay.
just silently sitting there and going.
And then she punches you in the face.
Wait.
I
would
did
like to
it.
say-
I did it for we did it for like 3 months straight. And it was like one day, to his credit, he was like, dude, today. I'm like, yeah. He's like, I owed for a second.
Here's the thing.
I did thumbs up, man.
I've definitely never done a thumbs up, but I do. I'm a silent assassin, and I
Yeah.
do high five when I'm. I do not thumbs up, but I also do not make noise.
Monster49@gmail.com.
Hey, what do you guys think of this?
we were
beer,
talking
by the
about
way?
like no physical or emotional expression at all. Like no movements, no shuddering, nothing.
For a
I
beer,
think it's
No
so-
thrusting, just
okay.
the thumbs up.
It doesn't suck, but for a beer called the Art of Dankness, it's definitely not the
too
best
sweet.
beer. It's definitely not the best beer we've had.
Yeah.
It's not Art
It's
of
not
Dankness.
dank.
It's not dank.
No.
That I think that Unsung was still the best beer we had.
I like the die cut one.
Yeah, that
The
was
first die cut one.
The first die cut
Yeah,
one.
The brewery.
the multi die cut.
Breweries.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it for a brewery from California.
California.
When you get a can from Cali that says Art of Dankness, your expectations are
Yeah, you better be dank as fuck.
yeah.
Listen, it's not a bad beer. It's just not.
Just
not a
like
good one.
It's
It
not
doesn't live
comparable
up.
to the rest of the beers we've had.
It doesn't live up to its name.
Hey, why don't you grab that pre-AB InBev Wicked Weed? that
Or-
I brought?
at the very least, if you're gonna be a brewery from California and have a beer called Art of
Realized they
Dankness,
were bought by them.
just crush it. Just you know what I mean. Just like squeeze a couple grams through the
Yeah.
whole. You know what I mean before
The
you
whole.
seal it. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I got this bottle from Wicked Weed like 3 weeks before they sold out to the big boys. So
Oh,
yeah,
Very nice.
right
All
from the
right.
source.
So what do you mean sell out to the big boys?
Wicked Weed last May got bought by Anheuser-Busch.
Really?
Yep.
Do you keep track of that? Like who gets bought out by who?
Not always, but that was a really big one in
Yeah.
the craft beer community. They actually had a massive like sour festival they host every year that like 3/4 of the participants backed out and they rescheduled the festival.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
It was
crazy.
it was a big deal.
Is that a Dare Bear?
no! Jeff just handed me a stuffed bear for some reason. I don't know why.
Is it the
Jeff
New Haven
pees
one?
a lot.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
But quick.
Oh,
I mean,
dude.
I have like the
Watch
world's
how quick he comes back. It's
I have
No.
the world's smallest bladder.
no, you don't.
No, you
No, oh no. Ask when we road trip. It's
Oh,
pretty
no.
bad.
Yeah,
This dude right here.
Jeff's pee 3
I've
times.
had my car for 3 years. I didn't find out until last road trip that if you're in the car and it's on for more than 2 hours, it pops up a message. I had never hit the 2-hour mark until like a year ago.
Dude, I couldn't make a trip from here to Torrington without Jeff pissing in my car.
Like,
Yeah.
in the car?
Yes,
Like in a Gatorade bottle?
Yeah, we were on our way to a gig up in Torrington, and he couldn't make a 45-minute fucking trip to Torrington without pissing.
We're not editing this out, are we?
No,
No, good, great. Hey, man. We were just talking about how quickly you pee.
we've talked about that before.
Yo, that episode of Family Guy that's on the television behind us is
Yeah.
very, very clearly with no volume on, season 1.
Oh, you can tell by
You
the
can tell by
drawing,
the animation.
Okay.
Oh yeah, 100%.
What is this?
You know what it is?
Oh,
I
dude.
think it's Oblivion.
This is,
This is Wicked Weed.
by Wicked Weed Brewing, Oblivion, sour red ale aged in wine barrels with blackberries and dates.
Yes. Pre-AB InBev.
This is good.
I actually have a story
This was
from that trip.
bottled on March 4th, 2016.
I
Oh,
actually
if
have
you
a
were speaking in the right part of the mic, we'd hear you.
I have
Yeah.
a story about
into
that
it.
trip. We were down in we did like a road trip last year of Richmond, Charlotte, Asheville, which was a blast. and it's like 9 o'clock on a Friday night. We're walking from Burial Brewing, which was awesome, over to the Wicked Weed like Funkatorium where all the sour beers are, and we stop at this little bottle shop on the corner. And when we travel like this, we buy beer. Like I spent like $2,000 on beer to bring home. Like we buy a lot of beer, and we're going to the bottle shop, and I'm not gonna waste my time just wandering around. I walk right up to the attendant, which all their bottle shops have draft lines for you to get like beers to drink while you shop, which is just awesome. And I walk right up and I'm like, hey, I'm from Connecticut. I don't know anything about the beer you have in the store. Can you tell me what I should buy? And he's like, sure, give me like 5 minutes to finish up what I'm doing. All right. And as he pours us a beer, and then from the other end of the bar, this dude's like, you guys say you're from Connecticut? Like,
Where was this again?
This is in Asheville, North Carolina.
Oh, so he was like, hold on a second.
No, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't.
Let me
Asheville-
finish what I'm doing.
Asheville isn't that bad.
No,
All right.
and he's like, hey, are you guys from Connecticut? We're like,
He's like,
yeah.
y'all want to see a dead body?
And he looks right at us and goes, you wouldn't have any bottles from OEC to trade, would you?
Shout out to Chloe.
Yeah.
We're
And-
going. We're going.
and I
We're
was
going
like-
there soon.
And I actually did have a couple extra bottles in the car because
Really?
I had just traded with a dude and I brought down some extra stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I've got like 5 or 6 bottles in the car. And he's like, you want to do a trade? We're like, yeah. And he's like, well, I'm like the barrel room manager over at Wicked Weed there. I've got a big bottle like store downstairs. We could totally do something. So I was like, all right. So we shopped. We talked about what we liked for beers. I went out to the car and brought him like $100 worth of like retail beer, and he's like, "All right, let's go across the street." And he walked us over to the brewery, and there was like a line to get in because there's a guy checking IDs, and he just like waves us by the doorman. He walks up to the bar and he's like, "Give me 2 like big pours of these beers because that's what we talked about." And he's like, "Wait here, I'll be right back." And he comes up with like 9 or 10 bottles from the basement, like in these like holders, and he's like, "All right, these are for you." And he's like, "You want a private tour of the back?" We were like, "Yes, please." And it was one of the coolest like brewery tours I've ever gotten because it was literally like 2 of us with 1 dude like showing us all the inner workings that the general public doesn't see. It was awesome.
That's cool.
It'd be
And it was just
creepy.
like 9 o'clock on a Friday at like some random liquor store that no one would expect.
It'd be creepy if he was like, do you have any OEC beers to trade, Pat DiCaprio? How is your French toast this morning?
That would have been creepy.
Dude,
That was like when we.
I think I'm the only one
should have been like-
here who's been to OEC.
I've been always.
I've been to
Yeah.
OEC a bunch of
Oh,
times.
I meant like
I-
these far.
I've had their beers. I've never been there though.
Dude, it's so cool.
I've been there.
It's such a cool
nice-
setup.
yeah.
It's probably the most unique brewery in Connecticut.
It seems like the one I'd be more into.
It's in my opinion, it's actually the most well-known brewery from Connecticut outside of Connecticut.
Maybe. I mean, I don't.
I
I don't know
had-
Connecticut's opinion on the world stage. but-
Whenever I travel on the road trips, I'll find like the local like beer group on Facebook, and I'll put up a post saying, "Hey, I'm from Connecticut. We're coming down. If you want to do a trade, let me know what you're looking for, and I'll see what I can get." And every time I do it, I get 2 or 3 people that are looking for OEC bottles.
But see, I also think that, and I could be totally wrong. You travel a lot more than we do. So
we don't travel ever.
so tell me if I'm wrong. But I also feel like that sours.
what Dave does.
But I feel like sours are the new frontier of IPAs. So like the people that were like the cutting edge were like obsessed with IPAs.
No, people
now they're
still-
like getting into sours.
People still look for IPAs, and sours. are such a small share of the marketplace.
But I feel like the people in the know
In the
are
know.
looking for
Oh
sours.
yeah, I'll agree.
More
with
than
that.
IPAs at this point. And those same people were the IPA guys
The people
5 years ago.
The people that are looking for the IPAs are like looking for the tree houses and the Trilliums, and
Right.
Yeah.
the buzz name breweries,
Right.
if they will.
That's what I'm saying.
So that's a good observation.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Pat DiCaprio.
That's right. That was less slurring than Paula said it.
I've been drinking a lot.
See, he gets off easy because he's already home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
someone
whole
must have
time we've been drinking this, I've been trying to look up a movie that William H. Macy was in.
Hey, we should
Which
do
movie?
that. You
Which
should
movie?
get me drunk enough to call an Uber to get me upstairs.
Can you carry
Listen,
me?
You
if
know,
you're-
show up like some.
If you're drunk enough to call an Uber, I'm going to slap you because you should be calling a Lyft.
oh, wait, you know what I mean, like a lift.
What William H. Macy?
An
movie
Uber
are you
that's
looking
like
for?
a Lyft.
Sorry.
I'm trying. I'm trying to find it, but I'm on his IMDb and I can't find
What
it.
is the topic of the movie?
So it's actually pretty fucked up. He like rapes a kid in it.
All right, I do not.
Happiness.
that just took a weird turn.
That
called
just
Happiness.
That
Yeah,
just
yeah.
reminded
That just-
me of it. So do you remember?
Just brought everything down.
Has anybody seen Happiness?
No.
I don't. Is
I
it like
feel
weird?
I don't want to.
It's
now.
very weird. It's 4 different stories intertwined.
I have seen it. It's
and,
weird.
And William H.
It is
Macy
good.
is in
is
it,
good.
and his son has like his best friend, and William H. Macy drugs him during a sleepover so that he can put his
Penis.
stuff in his butt, his penis,
Penis.
and his anus. so
Penises.
But what I thought about was at one point in the movie, it's a really fucked up scene. It's a very fucked up movie, and it's a fucked up scene where his son gets a hold of a porno, and at like 11, he's in his car, and he like jerks off to it, and his dad's like, "What did you do?" And the kid looks at him, he's like, "I cummed."
Was that Meteor Man?
No, it's Happiness, but also
He said I cummed.
in a roundabout way. The reason I was looking that up was because when I tasted this, I thought,
What?
You wanted to
cummed.
rape something?
I've consumed semen.
Yeah, where's that from? That's what I'm talking about, right?
What?
Consume semen. That's from that.
No, that's from Jay saying that he's consumed semen.
Yeah, he has.
I've consumed semen.
I was making a point. Never mind.
But when I tasted this
I
beer,
feel like that was
thought-
taken out of context.
But when I tasted
No,
this beer, I
no,
thought
it wasn't.
It wasn't.
I cummed. It's good.
Are you talking about your own semen?
Yeah. Whose semen did you consume?
So what's the next beer we're
I
trying?
don't know.
I can be music about your dick sucking.
I have the best one-liners.
I think that I've consumed semen was actually like a news article that he was reading at the time. I don't think he actually said
Che,
that.
you might be the next.
No,
Mitch
no, no,
Hedberg.
no. I'll go
next
back
what?
and find
The next
it.
Mitch
No,
Hedberg.
he actually said he's consumed.
No, I
semen.
know he said
Because
it.
we
but I
were
think
we
he
were
was reading.
talking about a book that was all recipes.
Natural Harvest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Semen-based cookbook.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like when you hear that term,
I needed
that automatically pops up in your head, and you're like, "That's a good term. That's
Yeah,
a great term for that."
I definitely need an adult at this point.
We are nothing if we're not drinking and dick jokes.
Also,
Paulo,
an asshole.
I have
is
a
an
question for Paulo specifically.
Yeah.
Um,
Go ahead, man.
have you, back when your daughter was young,
Yeah.
She's
A
fucking
baby?
3.
when she was a baby, did you ask her permission before you changed her diaper?
I did not.
Then you ruined her for life.
I think I did.
You're a
What?
rapist.
This is a thing.
Yeah. No, I'm not even kidding.
There's this dumb cunt.
They don't like that word, Jay.
I don't care.
No, you can use it. We can use it on this podcast.
because she is with her pink hair. And I don't have a problem with pink hair, but this dumb cunt has pink hair.
half a head shaved.
Yeah.
You could just tell by looking at
She's
her.
a
It's like,
sex education expert, and I'm not going to read the whole article.
expert
'cause-
in quotations.
Have you noticed those people that try to?
I mean,
You notice those people that try to gaslight you with like the way they
so
look.
hard every time.
I'm going to try
You
to
notice
be,
those people?
Yeah.
They try to
Objective.
gaslight you with the way they look.
Half their head shaved.
I'm going to try to be
Yeah.
objective for a quick second.
They have one eyebrow.
And she argues that parents should teach their children about consent as early as possible. All right, that's noble. Are you just
Sure.
going to let your kid sit in a shitty diaper, or are you just going to say, "Can I change your diaper?" And then when your baby doesn't respond, change it anyway? Or
Yeah.
That's
Because
like the most ridiculous
that's just
shit I've ever
teaching
read.
them that no matter what someone asks and what you say, they're just going to do it anyway.
Also, that's a good segue into another story where there's a movie about dogs now, and they had to take it off the market because a plot line was they had to. Okay, let me
I know
take it back.
people do
a step.
fucked up things to kids, and that's not cool. I hope they all die.
Right, but let me take this back a step. So there's a new
Yeah,
movie.
let's do that.
Right, there's
Let's
a
do
new
that.
movie it's about undercover police dogs that infiltrate a dog. So they're infiltrating a pet like an animal trading ring.
Yeah.
And so they infiltrate like the Westminster Dog Show, right? So the dog, it's a police dog,
Yeah.
it's a Rottweiler,
Yeah.
enters the dog show
Yeah.
as an undercover officer, but they can talk, but there's real people in it too. So the dog has to go through all of the training to get
So the dog couldn't talk, it would be a completely silly story.
exactly. So the dog has to like go through all the like priming and proppering to get to the end of the Westminster Dog
It's
Show.
like miscongeniality for dogs.
For dogs, but there's
dogs,
people in it too. There's people
They
in
have
it
to
too.
talk because they couldn't. It'd be silly.
Honestly, that's 100% what it is. It's miscongeniality for dogs. But the dog, the miss, in the cop miss in Sandra Bullock is played by a Rottweiler in this, right?
Yeah.
So the Rottweiler has balls. So as they're entering it in the competition,
Bollocks.
they're like Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bollocks.
That was clever as fuck. I'm gonna give you one of these.
Keep going.
So they had to. So there's a children's movie, obviously. So they had to enter this dog, and as they're getting the dog ready
Wait, they
for
did what to the dog?
Westminster, they had to wax his testicles, right? So in the movie, they're saying like the dog's like, I don't want you to touch my testicles, and the other like dogs that are like getting him ready for the competition are like, no, it's fine. Go to your happy place. Pretend like you're somebody else, or pretend like you're somewhere else. And like all these people, these like moms are taking their kids to the movie, and they're like, why are you teaching my kid to just zone out when somebody's trying to touch their testicles?
Yeah.
Like, it's fucked up. So they actually had to pull the movie and edit all the scenes out. It's been out for like 2 weeks, and now it's like recut. No pun intended.
I will say, to be objective and to just take away from my initial man response to that he later says that she didn't appear to be suggesting that diaper changing is a sexual act or that a baby is capable of communicating their consent. She's simply making the very reasonable case for establishing a culture of consent, quote unquote, in households and with children from the youngest possible age. So it's a noble cause, I guess.
Well, maybe the baby likes having a shitty diaper.
And you can't let them roll around and shit.
Yeah.
You get a rash.
It's not
Yo, my daughter shit when she was an infant with like all the way up her back, like almost
it
hit her
happens
head.
to all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. My daughter did the same
Shout
thing.
out to.
Kids shitting up their back.
Oh, I was gonna name her, but
I mean, I want to
I thought better
ridicule
of
it, but abusing children is a terrible thing.
Yeah.
Oh, hot take there.
Thanks.
Yeah. I left field
we
for that one.
need a hot take sound drop.
Yeah, we do.
She'd be like,
What's
this
the
has
next-
been
what's-
Jay's hot take.
What's the next beer?
Speaking of inbreeding, there was a royal wedding last weekend.
There was. Does anybody even
There was,
care
and
about this
we're
shit?
finally infiltrating. We not like
took 400
Yeah.
years. We're getting there.
Oh,
So
we're-
wait, she's an American?
We snuck a black one in.
yeah, she's half black, right?
She's fucking gorgeous. I don't care.
she's beautiful.
I have been in
What
love
do you mean
with
you
her.
don't care?
Meghan
Why
Markle.
would anybody
I have been
care?
in love with her since the first episode of Suits on
She's-
USA.
I've never seen Suits.
I honestly don't know who she is.
I honestly have
That's
never
the
seen
only
her.
thing I've ever seen her in is Suits on USA.
I've
And
never seen her until like she started making the papers for fucking Harry.
She's fucking gorgeous.
and she's the hottest chick.
yes.
She
Oh,
doesn't
dude,
look that
I
good.
didn't watch any of the shows she was on beforehand, but I remember like the first time I saw her, I'm like, oh girl, who is this piece of ass?
What's her name?
Meghan
Markle.
Markle.
Harry's getting in.
Does she have an H in her name?
I don't know.
Meg Han.
Like Han.
I mean, if you're googling it, just Google royal wedding.
Or just go to IMDb and look up Suits.
I bet you wish she had a J in her name, right?
She's so beautiful.
Dude, why are you clawing me?
A J in her anything.
Why'd you just Aziz me?
I'm sorry. I haven't clipped my
Why'd you
nails. I didn't
Aziz
mean
assault
to-
me?
You know what I mean?
She's stunningly beautiful.
I mean, she's all right.
Fuck off. You're an idiot.
I mean,
They had,
she's
they
not,
act-
not
I'm
hot.
pretty sure they actually had to delay the wedding because she was still acting.
I gotta be honest, she doesn't look black at all.
Have you? No, she's
she's
half.
she's got a darker skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily say black.
Are you
I'm not
looking,
worried about it. I'm
Wait,
just saying.
what I would like to ask, are you looking at her next to her husband? Because he's a ginger.
Yes.
And she looks African next to
No,
him.
they look
Yeah.
as white as the other one.
What?
She looks like a white chick.
What's she? Because he's half white.
Yeah, she's half white.
I mean, what name a famous black girl? Oh, that's half black,
Mariah Carey.
Rihanna.
right? This girl looks way whiter than Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey is like white.
I don't know about that. I don't think she
Yeah.
does.
This girl looks like a girl that waits in line for a pumpkin spice latte at Starbucks.
No one should ever
Mariah
do that.
Carey looks
She's
like
that white. That's how white she is.
I want to say something funny, but
Like-
that is so funny.
Well,
that I
isn't
can't
what's her
even
name?
think of it.
The Richie chick.
Dude, she's got freckles,
Yeah,
man.
Lionel Richie.
up.
Yeah, but that's not Lionel Richie's real daughter.
Yeah, it is.
Nicole Richie? No, it's not. It's he adopted her.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that ruins. all
She's
that.
she's still
hot.
Listen, I'm not
A
saying she's
mulatto.
not beautiful.
Is that racist? Mulatto, is that racist?
Did you ever see that
think
episode
so.
of
No, I
Curb Your? Oh, you
I
hate
think like
Jews, so
Oreo
no.
would be racist. I think Milano is
I
more
didn't say
classy.
Oreo. You said that.
No, I'm just saying what would be racist and what wouldn't be.
that episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I wouldn't say
was
either
great.
one. I think they're both.
With the it's a mulatto.
People aren't cookies.
Mulatto, right?
Yeah, but it's like not acceptable.
Yeah,
It's
you're
like,
not.
He
No,
like
but isn't
buys a
that-
doll.
But I
for
feel like
the,
if you're
No, but I think-
Pepperidge Farm shit's more classy. Like you're classing it up when you're saying Milano, right?
I don't think you're allowed to.
So
say
this
Mulatto.
girl's an actress.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's all.
Yeah.
She married.
Yeah.
Well, she's a
What
fucking,
else would you
she's
be?
Not
She's
anymore.
the
The Duchess of York
No,
now.
she actually they basically ended the show because she wanted to get out, and she's such a main character on the show. They couldn't.
What's the show about?
A lawyer that is not he like fakes his way into a law firm.
I mean,
Wait.
in their defense,
Wait, didn't Michael J. Fox make that movie in the 80s?
I feel like
The
someone-
Secret to My Success.
I feel
that
like
is
someone
literally
made
the
that
plot
scene.
of The Secret to My Success.
How long have they been together?
she's like super hot. She definitely ends.
Didn't like Zach Morris just make that too?
she
2 or 3
definitely ends the sex.
Mark Paul Gosselaar.
She's hot.
She
Like
ends the sex.
she ends the sex. Like he's going and she's like, I think I'm done.
I swear to God, I've never heard of her.
I would
He's like,
just-
okay.
I would watch her sex tape.
Listen, I would just like to say, Megan, I know things are going pretty well right now,
Yeah.
but if it doesn't work out,
If you want a dude sitting in a basement,
Munster49@gmail.com.
well, I was building up to it. I was gonna say,
Yeah,
if you
I
want
know,
a dude sitting in a basement in
I am-
Shelton with bunny ears on his head,
She doesn't know where the fuck Shelton is.
Also, I would like to say I am a British citizen, so all the admin.
so the
You've
throne's
already-
not that far away.
No, she's already gone through the admin, so like she's a British citizen now, so we don't have to worry about
Yeah.
that.
Exactly.
It'll be fine, Megan, baby. Listen,
Wait, so how long have they been together?
a couple years.
No. Has it been a couple years already?
It's been a couple years.
Yeah.
How does everybody know this?
She's gorgeous.
Yeah, she is fucking hot. That's the
Pay
only reason why anybody pays
it's like
attention.
it's like I don't know who Cara Delevingne is, but I know that she fucks every hot girl in Hollywood.
She?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never heard of her either.
Neither have I, but I
She
know
was-
she bangs every hot girl in Hollywood.
She was like
She
the
was-
witch
she was-
in Suicide Squad.
She was famous for saying,
Yeah, she definitely said that. I don't think she said it that aggressively, but
I think that was her like poltergeist.
she definitely.
Hey, look,
Meghan
Meghan
Markle
Markle
definitely ends the sex.
maybe
though.
has a not hot blonde sister.
Is there
No,
another beer
she's
we're
too
drinking?
light.
Maybe it's a different dad.
We should definitely put another beer out.
Are we? Do we have more beers?
Yeah,
You
we
know
should
how
do
those.
more beers.
Have you seen the fucking fridge?
We get more beers.
Well, no. I mean, do we have more LA beers?
We got more
think
LA
so.
beers. She's probably like, it's starting to hurt now. He's like, all right, bud.
Oh, that's another Brewery West.
It's called Dig My Earth Double IPA. It's actually pretty cool. It's like a fox that's split in two, and you see its insides.
It's
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
die cut label.
It's actually really cool.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a really cool label.
I've noticed
Jed.
they do a lot of die cut and they do a lot of just two color.
Jen has been doing good work at sending us these beers.
Thank you, Paper Bag Princess.
Yeah,
You're the real princess. Fuck Meghan Markle.
Aw, that's adorable. I want to fuck Meghan Markle.
I'm glad you
It's
finished
kinda
that.
weird.
With Meghan Markle.
If I had to choose between,
I mean,
if I had to choose between two princesses, I would definitely fuck Meghan Markle.
And not your sister.
No offense, Jet.
listen, coming from you, I wouldn't expect it to go either way.
Spell cup.
Stacy, I'm not going to answer the question. We're pouring here. It's silent.
Give me
it's a-
some.
it's a
Give me
silent
some.
pour.
That's why I'm trying to say something.
I'm so happy that I'm working on the street,
Whoa.
aka just cutting my lawn. tomorrow.
Pat, how you doing over there?
I'm-
We're carrying on for a while. I know.
That's okay.
I have to say,
You're
so Monday is Memorial Day.
Yeah.
So
Who's off tomorrow?
I'm not, but what I was about to
I
say
am.
is,
So I don't feel bad anymore.
what I was
I don't
about
work
to say,
Fridays.
I'm
ever.
going to work, but I'm not going to
No.
work.
No.
I'm
You know
not
what I'm
working.
doing?
I'm not working till Sunday.
I'm buying a bushel of clams, and I am going to post up back there with a grill and a cooler.
You couldn't have done that tonight.
We
What-
can do that whenever you want.
What the
man.
fuck?
How old is the queen?
I get bushels of clams for free.
90?
Is she gonna
Two?
We
die
can do
yet?
that.
Yeah, she's She's on her way out.
Is she good? Does she suck?
Depends on who you ask.
She doesn't matter, I guess.
As
mostly.
a subject, if you would like to my opinion as a subject, I am officially bound to. I really love history, and I'm really into the idea that this whole thing goes back for centuries. But at the same time, I really don't understand why we spent that much money on a wedding when there's people in the street that can't afford,
Exactly.
food and a place to live. I think it's stupid that a family is like, just because you're a family, you like get money and all the tax money from everybody in the country. That's ridiculous. But at the same time, I'm into the history and the pageantry and all that shit. So I'm kind of on the fence. There's people that are on the other side, and there's people on the other side.
Like your boy Morrissey?
Morrissey's definitely to the left side, and there's people on the right side too.
There you go. Put that mic in your face.
What happens when she dies, the queen?
Well, essentially, the ascension is going to be Charles.
But, I thought you were gonna say rot sets in because that's usually
Rigor mortis
Yeah.
first. Charles
Shit yourself.
Charles is named as the Ascension right now, but there's a lot of speculation that she will bypass him for William.
Who's she?
I've more
Queen.
learned
She's
more
gonna
about the
be a
royal
little fuck
family
you?
in the last 30 seconds than I have my entire life.
Yeah, me too.
Queen Elizabeth can say "fuck you" to Charles and say
Why?
that-
What did Charles do so wrong?
Well, he's old.
Oh, that was what's her name's husband?
Kind of a douche too, right?
Charles is Elizabeth's son.
Who's Elizabeth?
Queen
The
Elizabeth.
queen?
Who's his wife?
Whose wife?
Charles.
Well, it was Diana Spencer.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
and then she
yeah.
died,
That's
and now it's
yeah.
Camilla Bowles.
But
his son.
But he was always like double dipping the whole time.
do you
right?
think Meghan Markle actually likes redheads,
I
or
think.
she likes princes?
I
with
think she likes
royal-
princes.
Yeah, she likes royalty.
Yeah,
He's
there's
not
like
a bad-
there's like a photo of
Listen,
her when she was
she's-
12. at
He's
front
not
of
a
the
bad
palace.
looking guy.
She's with Prince Harry, not Ed Sheeran.
But here's
So-
the thing. Here's the thing, though. If you think about this, like
They
for
look
a
pretty
long
alike,
time,
though.
No, for a long time, William was the cute one.
Yeah, but I
He's
feel
not
like
the cute one anymore. Harry's actually the cute one.
I feel like if Harry, like in a normal family, Harry would be like the handsome older brother, and Ed Sheeran would be like the weird younger brother that lives in the basement.
But here's the greatest part. If you consider
Right?
this,
Because they kind of look alike.
but consider this. So William is going to be king at some point, whether or not his father's bypassed.
Yeah.
William will be king at some point before he dies. He's second in line for the throne.
Yeah.
So William's children are 3, 4, and 5 in line. Harry is now 6th in line. So there's no way.
Whoa. So because the first one, I forget his name,
William,
had kids.
the firstborn
that
child,
bumps.
the
fucking
firstborn
Harry?
child, the firstborn child.
You should kill him.
No, listen, the
Let's go
firstborn,
Game of Thrones on this bitch.
the firstborn child is the next in ascension. So Elizabeth's firstborn child is Charles.
He's an idiot, though.
So
Nobody
he's
likes
next
him.
in line.
Charles
But
in
Elizabeth
charge
can-
of our days.
But Elizabeth can say "fuck you" and go on to William because he's Charles's firstborn son. So now,
Oh, William is Charles's son?
right?
No
But so-
shit, that's Diana's kids?
William and Harry
Yeah,
are
William and
Diana's
Harry are
kids.
Diana's
Didn't
kids.
know that.
So, but William is next in
What are
line.
you, a fucking retard?
But
That's
be-
like the whole. That's like the whole thing.
No,
I-
I just
can
don't
I-
give a shit.
Can I interject?
guess we
Can I
are
interject
retarded.
for a second here?
Please do. You're our guest.
I really have to know at this point in the podcast. Why so serious?
We're not serious.
No, this is
got,
what
like,
happens.
Deep and reflectful. All of a
We
sudden.
we either
Drunk.
go full fucking retard, or we
Never go full
or
retard.
we go so deep in the rabbit hole that no one knows what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
Exactly.
I'm there.
Bellhole.
Jeff is still
You
wearing
never
bunny
go full
ears.
retard. You never go full retard.
Oh,
Do you
then
think,
you've
like,
never
William and
listened to
Harry-
the end of one of
Well,
our
I'm piecing it all
podcasts.
together now, though. I didn't realize that they were her kids.
I need a
So,
flow chart.
so William and Harry are brothers.
Do you think like William calls Harry over for like a beer?
What is
And he's
Morgan-
like,
I have a question.
he's like,
what does
I gotta
Morgan
tell you.
Freeman on the board mean?
Morgan Freeman apparently has been raping girls.
Yeah, I didn't want to get into that.
Yeah.
He's accused
But, hey,
of
man, we
sexual
can do it.
misconduct.
Listen, it's just another stab at religion and Christianity in the nation because they're attacking God.
Okay.
I see what you did.
All right, thank you. At least someone did.
He's Morgan
I saw
Freeman.
it too because I just watched That movie. we
Truman
talked
Show?
about
Bruce Almighty.
it. No, the other one.
Oh, not Truman Show.
Evan Almighty.
Evan Almighty. Remember we
a
talked
great
about it
movie,
a couple episodes ago. Listen, I'm very upset about this.
This literally just came out like this afternoon.
I don't believe that.
He was.
I
my
have no
favorite.
idea what you're talking about. So please.
Morgan
elaborate.
Freeman is accused of sexual harassment.
So like every other major Hollywood actor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's kind of like, you know how like when Bill Cosby, America's Dad, got accused of it, and you're like, that fucking sucks. I kind of feel like Morgan Freeman's like America's grandpa, so it's even worse.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and
But it also
compartmentalize this and just boop, just hide it away and
Spell
just
cum.
pretend like it never happened.
Put it in the box.
Yeah, just hide it up, and just lock.
But
the
it was
key
also a
and throw it
bunch
away.
of like people coming out and just saying, yeah, he said some things about my body.
Well, one of the things that I heard,
Cares.
I mean, was he like?
Like, was he giving you a compliment?
Yeah, was
he
he
like
like
just?
Yeah, you have some rice on your shirt.
well,
You know?
one of the things I heard was there was a hot chick that was like 6 months pregnant on set, and he's like, how pregnant are you? She's like 6 months. He's like, God damn, I wish I was there. I was like, that's kind of hot.
So like, to watch the sex or watch the birth.
I think he meant to
To
be a
make
part
her
of
pregnant.
the sex.
Okay.
Well, maybe he just wanted to like memorialize it. With his
listen.
wonderful voice.
He is all seeing
You
and
can
all
narrate
knowing.
anything in my life.
He could.
He is all seeing and all knowing. So he was there technically.
Yeah.
It's omnipresent.
All right, this just got weird.
Morgan Freeman, though.
I
That's
want to be rich enough to one day have Morgan Freeman and Michael McDonald follow me around and just take turns.
Speaking of Michael McDonald, I just watched 40-Year-Old Virgin for the first time in maybe 7 or 8 years. It's still one of the greatest movies I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And when he like walks up, he's like, if I have to Yamo watch this one more time, I'm gonna Yamo blow my fucking brains out. It's so funny. You're putting the pussy on a pedestal, man. Why is that? What is that? It's the second time I've heard that.
I still would love.
Okay, Clarkson.
I'd
That's such a
love-
great movie.
I'd love to
Peeking-
get
We're
up.
peeking at the beacon over here.
I'd love to get up in the morning and just Michael McDonald. Whoop, 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 taking a jump now. Whoop, 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 whoop.
What band was he in? We've talked about this before on the podcast.
We have.
He was in the Michael McDonald band.
No, he was in a band.
The band. No.
It was like Boston or something.
I was
Something
gonna
like
say
that, yeah.
Chicago.
Might have
I
been
think
one
he
of
was
those
naming
cities.
towns
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Buffalo. It was Buffalo.
Listen, I gotta say,
Was it Des Moines?
I think we sucked this one dry.
Wait,
Suck what dry?
do we have more beers?
Michael,
we're still drinking?
and by the way, Michael McDonald was with Steely Dan
Steely Dan.
and the
Yeah.
Doobie
Shit.
Brothers.
Dude, Steely Dan.
And the Doobie
shit.
Brothers. Steely Dan was named after a dildo.
It was in the 70s.
If you wanted to start like a Steely Dan cover band and you named it like Aluminum
and the
Steve,
podcast, but we're still
would
drinking.
people
we
get
can't
that
end
joke?
until we're done.
Like if you started like an Aluminum Steve cover band, would people be like, "Oh, I get it"?
Yo, this Fox beer is not that good.
Aluminum Steve.
I like it. I like it.
like Copper Dave.
I want
Be like,
to do
"Oh,
that.
Steely Dan covers."
Yeah,
Like,
we're going
I
out.
want to do that now. Though.
We're going out on Aluminum Steve tonight.
Titanium Al.
My caring about being descriptive about the beers lessons as it comes
Just
to.
pour me something. What is the next one?
It's Chapman Crafted.
Oh, it doesn't have a great label.
Pills.
I don't think it's gonna be the winner. How many more are in there?
One
After-
more.
after that one?
Let's bang through them.
Oh, there might be
Let's
more.
do
You
it.
guys stopped me earlier.
Dude, there's so many more. There's like 4 or 5 more.
Yamo be there.
I'm gonna die
so
if we have
no.
like 4 or 5 more beers.
There's
so many
one.
more.
Or, there's one or two.
Get them all out.
Yeah,
Get all the LA.
whip
ones
them out.
Are we gonna go like People's Choice and what's next or what?
The
Yeah.
Los Angeles.
Everybody
We
gets
can do
one.
like a bone, like a what's that? Like an accelerated
Spell bone.
round. I was gonna say bonus.
I know. Spell bone.
That's not the right term. I mean like an
What
accelerated.
is that?
round.
I've been.
The first one I pulled
Speed
out is
round.
a barrel aged coconut stout.
Ooh.
That's 13% alcohol.
I do not want that one. No, put that back
All
in the
right, so
fridge.
those 2 thunderclaps are not.
No,
from Cali.
thunderclaps are from my trip to Maine.
But there's 4 behind that.
We got a pepper and peaches IPA.
Ooh,
Yeah.
pepper and peaches.
That's interesting.
That does
I'd be
sound
down
good.
for that.
Yeah,
We should have been drinking faster.
we should be.
We got a Mumford Dry Hop Pilsner. Is this like Mumford and Sons beer?
Give it.
If it is, I don't want it.
You're an idiot. You love them. No, I don't. Oh, that's a cool label. It looks like Vegas.
Vegas. Oh, yeah. We got a. I like this one. Oh, this is Unsung again. Kettle Sour Plums.
All right.
Oh,
I'm just gonna say this: that
I can
unsung,
feel
that one.
the unsung
Down in my
IPA was the
bones.
best beer we've
It
had
was.
tonight.
It was the best one so far.
But I'm intrigued by pepper and peaches.
Really, but
We
that
got
unsung
both,
is a
man.
sour.
I
All right,
know.
Listen, you're the guest, Pat. You're the guest.
I have variety.
There's so many
in my
beers
life.
left.
We're
Yeah.
gonna die.
This is a small batch special release. That's what it says.
All right, listen. We're gonna do the.
Oh, buddy, black rye
pepper and peaches
IPA.
first, then
we're
we'll go to the
We're
other
gonna do
half.
Pass.
pepper and peaches, then we're doing the unsung sour.
Yeah.
Pass
Yeah,
on the
let's do
black
it.
rye IPA.
And
I'll
then
be
we're
asleep on
we're
the
out.
couch.
And then we're out.
Yeah, this is the speed
What are we doing?
round.
You're fucking lying because there's plenty more beers.
What are we having?
We're doing the pepper and peaches,
Can we do the sour?
right after the pepper
right
and
after.
peaches.
Yeah, right after
But
that.
also, I'm doing new cups because this seems like it's gonna.
Infect.
No, this seems like it's gonna need to be fully appreciated
Uh,
on its own merit. The
got-
smell of it.
you gotta do the.
Only for the smell of it.
You gotta do the Ravi
For the
Swill,
smell
man.
of it.
All right, it's rally time, guys. Let's rally.
Ravi Swill, man.
Dude, Salt and Pepper just performed
I do not have a
on the
baseball
There
cap
it is.
turned inside out.
That's
I'm
what I
sorry.
want that cup.
Is that what you do?
Yeah, the rally cap, dude.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
I just said it. I didn't know what
Hold
it meant.
on.
Dude, there's 5 of them right there. 4, 3.
2.
I have one.
One.
I have one on my head.
That smells delicious.
It does smell delicious.
So delicious.
I moved on, by the way.
Harrowing for you.
Anybody who's wondering, I moved on from the regular pour. I did the regular pour, and then for a while I did the J
Aggressive?
Aggresso pour, and then I moved on to the Ravi, the Swill.
All right, let's
I don't remember anything from that night.
let's just.
You do
I
not-
know.
You do not remember.
Do you remember breaking the fridge?
No.
How do you break a fridge?
He fell into
He
it.
fell into it.
He broke the.
I feel like I fell out of it.
He's an idiot and he's fat, so he's a fat idiot.
So does that make me a smart idiot?
The
that
bell's
fat?
too far away. The bell is too far away from me.
let's
there it is.
I
got you.
Let's shout out this one. It's Claremont Craft Ales. It's a pepper and peaches IPA.
What's in it?
Let's see. Located
Pepper and peaches.
Located in eastern Los Angeles County, it's a picturesque college town. Claremont Craft Ales is dedicated to producing premium handcrafted ales for everyone to enjoy.
No.
It doesn't specify.
Good form. A little rough on the landing.
Oh, here we
does.
go.
Yeah,
it does, yeah.
I apologize, guys.
Here we go.
I
A very
chose wrong.
Super bitter in the finish.
A very
Oh,
unusual beer.
that's mostly the pepper.
Yeah, of course.
A very unusual beer indeed. Pepper and Peaches starts as a citra hopped West Coast style IPA, crisp, dry, and super hoppy. Then we add pink peppercorns and a floral touch.
And fuck it up.
And peaches for a bright, fruity finish. Truly unique and truly amazing.
I feel like if they left the
Bitterness.
pepper
It's
out,
unique.
Bitterness just washes away everything else.
yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like if they left the pepper out,
I
you
love
can
when we get
taste
one
the,
we could just fucking demolish.
you can taste the peaches.
I do not taste the peach.
No, no,
I
can
actually
taste it.
do.
Oh,
I
there
do
it
a
is.
little
There
It
it
gets,
is.
it gets
Found
ruined
it.
by the pepper.
Yeah.
Well, see, here's
It needs to warm up.
here's what
It
I
definitely needs to warm up.
It was pretty warm when I put it back in the fridge.
Well-
Oh, no, I never took that out.
No, you never. This one's really fucking.
That was
cold.
back there.
the reason I don't love it is what I was saying before about West Coast IPAs. It's got that
It's a super bitter,
cunty
though.
tang flavor that I don't like.
It's the pepper.
It's got. It's got.
You know when you like go down on a girl, it's like licking a battery.
Monster49@gmail.com.
That's what I feel like West Coast IPA is.
I don't think I've ever. I don't think I've ever licked the battery.
And I think you're going down on the wrong girls.
That's not true.
I have
go,
no
I go
point of-
down on
I have-
every girl that present that.
I have no point of reference. I never licked the battery, but
You never put in like a 9-volt battery on your tongue?
no.
Oh, and it does feel like that in my mouth.
I've
Pussy.
licked the adapter of a Casio keyboard when I was 5. It was plugged into the wall. That was fun. But I've never licked the battery. No.
You never put a 9-volt battery on your tongue?
I'm telling you right now, that unsung sour is going to be the best beer we had today.
Hold on.
Well, that
Yazoo-
Flanders Red, that Flanders.
that
the
Yazoo-
Yazoo-
Actually, I have a
fucking
bone
awesome.
to pick with Full Pours podcast.
Okay, fire away.
Uh-oh. I believe you were both, you and Joe, involved in that,
The Barrel Flanders.
no, the Solera.
Yeah,
Oh, is that what you're talking
that was
about?
that was
Okay.
that was a Flanders. Yes.
we like the
Yeah.
Solera. We love the Solera.
He didn't bring any.
Oh, the Steinbacher Solera?
I won't lie. I assumed Bill brought it. When
He did.
came.
It was
So,
good.
He did.
Yeah.
I
He
actually,
just wants more.
I
want
actually
more.
have another pull of that aging on blackberry right now.
Really, dude, that was.
I thought
That
One
was
of the best
really
beers.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was actually
maybe the
fucking
best
good.
beer we've had on this podcast.
it might have
Well,
been.
thank
And
you.
It's
but
fucking
but
great.
when he said I have a bone to pick with you, I thought he meant it was gross, and I'm sad we tasted it.
No,
But it was probably the best
That's
beer.
not
we've
the
had.
beer that Bill was
was-
just giving away on the raffle, was it?
that was one of the. Yeah.
Didn't you win something?
Oh
on that
well, it
raffle?
wasn't. It just said Flanders Red,
Yeah, that was our Flanders, right? As a group. Yeah.
but it's the
Solera.
Solera.
yeah, the Slayer.
That was a fucking.
I
amazing
won
beer.
one. It's in my
Yeah.
fridge.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm not mad. Oh, motherfucker. Yeah.
Touch me.
I'm drinking all of
we're,
it.
we're actually due for another pull off of that soon.
Episode
Dude.
30 something. No?
I'm due
Dude,
for.
that
I'm
beer
due
is
for
so
a
good.
pull right now.
I was like verbally blowing Bill over that beer.
When you said
It was
that,
great
It's
beer.
a great beer. It's
It's a great
absolutely
beer.
great beer.
I started pulling myself. And he's
That's a
right there.
Flanders.
It's a the base.
Oh, it's so pink.
That's what she said.
That's gonna be delicious.
That's one drop I don't have yet, and now thank you for giving that
Can
to
I
me.
can you put it
It's
in this
so
little
pink.
cup here? No, right there.
Put some right here.
Put it right there. I don't want to. I don't want to put it in the pepper cup. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that pepper is kind of. I'm not drinking
this
that.
looks like pink lemonade. I won't lie.
Oh, it smells good.
I'd just like to remind brewers and drinkers alike
in bed be
that we do not have proper plumbing in this bar. There's a. What?
He said plum.
Spell plum.
Plumbing. It's a sour plum beer.
To die unsung
Yeah.
will never bring you down.
What I was saying
Some
was
helmet.
Our drain here has a 5-gallon capacity. You guys can go ahead and guess what's under there to give it that.
Ooh.
So if you are one of the beers that are lucky enough to make it into the 5 gallons,
Unlucky enough, because that means we didn't drink it.
congratulations. It was bad enough to pour out into the
Also,
drain.
I am sitting in a swarm of flies.
Listen.
Also,
sure.
Devin, finish this shit.
Yes,
For sure,
Thank you.
100%.
It's been a year we've been saying that.
Yeah.
100% for sure. The Yazoo Red Flanders was the best beer we had tonight. However, this is interesting. It's not.
It actually tastes like pink lemonade to me.
It
It's
kind of
not-
smells like burnt popcorn.
It's not at the top of the list, but it's very
It's
interesting.
kind of weird. Like
Swirl the fuck out of that.
It tastes like pink popcorn. Have you ever had pink popcorn?
Nope.
It's
I know what you're
very,
talking about.
it's very Canadian. There's a company that makes pink popcorn in Canada. That's what it tastes like.
yeah, it does have a popcorny smell.
Jen will know who sent this to us.
Is that a bad thing? Is that like one of those like keys? Like one of those.
Well,
Oh, that's interesting.
it smells like fucking burnt popcorn to me.
What was
mean
that? What was that
burnt
one?
butter
scent?
like diacetyl?
Diacetyl,
No, I'm
yeah.
not. I'm not getting that. I'm not really getting diacetyl.
I get
Yeah,
maple.
no, I
I'm
don't-
actually getting maple out of it.
It's sweet.
That's because you're Canadian.
It's definitely
Right,
sweet.
maybe.
Anytime people
Caramelized?
say,
I
can I
don't
just
know.
tell you guys something?
Fucking weird.
Sours can be weird. I don't think I've ever had diacetyl on a sour before.
Every
It's a
time,
burnt smell. It's more.
every time I hear somebody say diacetyl, I always think of
Diacetyl.
diacetyl. I always think of Nasitol. You remember that joke?
Nope.
He's called her Mastol because she got no ass at all.
Wait, you know Butterface? You know, like Butterface,
Yeah,
the whole
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
like she's hot Butterface.
Yeah.
There's another one that's about her, like her body is
Yeah.
good, but her face is gross. And I can't remember what it is, but it's so
Butterface?
funny.
That's called Butterface.
Wait. Yeah, her face is good, but her body's gross. What is it called?
Oh, is it perfect from far, but far from perfect? Is that what you're talking
That's
about?
funny, but that's not what I meant.
I know it is good from far, but far from good.
What is
Yeah, there you go. That's what it was.
Oh man, well, it was so funny. It made me laugh. I read it, and it
I
made
don't
me
know.
laugh.
Every time I heard that term, though, I always think of the Nasitol because she got no ass at all.
Face it. It was like face it. Fuck.
Failing.
Yeah, we're doing that.
Epic fail.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I think.
what is this? What is this one?
This is unsung.
This is the unsung.
Yeah.
This is the unsung sour.
It's interesting, man.
The unsung
This is a
IPA.
kettle sour, right? Is that what it said? It feels like a kettle sour.
Says, oh yeah, kettle sour. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at you. What do you say that? What does that mean?
It's not as complex as a like a long term aged
Okay,
sour.
yeah. So it's like a quick.
quick sour, like
turn of it.
a couple days to get the lacto in there, and then it's boiled like any other beer.
I 100% agree. Like with that, like the Flanders is certainly more complex than this.
Yeah, kettle sour, plums, tart wheat ale with plums.
But this is the kind of sour that you can drink in the sun at 90 degrees all day. Not get too fucking hammered.
Yeah,
It's not like a 9% sour.
You guys have another beer you want to crack open?
Yeah, we got
Speed
Weird.
round.
It smells.
We have at least
it smells
more.
burnt to me. That's fucked up. It's fucked up.
I'm gonna die. Thanks, Lyft.
We have Mumford and Combs.
This is what we should do. We should pick one more beer.
That was the best
Yeah.
thing about.
one more.
Shut up.
What was
And
the best thing like what Jim said when he was here? It's like you bring people in, you get them drunk, and then you make them find their way home.
How long have we, how
Through the
long have we
woods.
been doing this?
Long
Hours. We
Can
do this
we-
every episode. Just
Also,
Almost 3 hours.
speaking
Only
of
3?
Jim,
This is a
Almost
fucking
three.
long
Alright.
one.
speaking
Really?
of Jim,
No one's making it to the end of this one.
speaking of Jim,
You
can
come
we
on.
say
Yeah,
that
go
Lucky
ahead.
Soul has opened their new facility?
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
directly below
Same
their
plaza
old one.
on the first floor.
Jim is a friend of the show, early adopter,
Yeah.
one of our first guests ever.
hands down.
Thank you, Jim.
We love Jim. We love Lucky Soul. 3/4 of us have been tattooed at Lucky Soul before. And I'm excited.
Only
to
because
see,
1/4 of us have never been tattooed.
yeah, I'm excited to see the
Virgin
new.
skin.
I do not have any tattoos.
Facility.
Sorry.
Can we virgin skin Eiffel Tower over here? Can we do
That sounds so gross.
What about well, I mean, we can make it worse and go Lucky Pierre. So.
There you go. I don't even know what that means.
Jay,
Actually,
and I,
the three-
Jay and I'll dock in a minute.
Lucky
The
Pierre.
three of us even got one
can because you
at
have
the
foreskin.
lasting brass
Yeah.
anniversary
That's true.
from Lucky Soul.
Hold on, we need to educate Paulo. For those who do not know, Lucky Pierre is the gay guy in the middle of the Eiffel Tower.
Actually, I've never heard that. You just taught us all something, I think.
Yeah, there you go.
We call that a Lucky Gary.
I was gonna
No.
say Pierre Skews.
Just Gary.
Can we talk about you and Gary's Eiffel Tower?
I think we should
I'm
talk.
glad there was enough space there where I can cut.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Are we cracking a
Actually, I don't give a
God,
I don't give
God
a
damn
fuck.
it, damn it.
I think Gary would. That's going to get cut.
Nobody knows who Gary is.
I'm slowly starting.
Everyone
to do
knows
the
who
intro
Gary is.
music.
He
voice.
knows who he is. He doesn't listen. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Let's do it. One
All right,
more beer.
One more beer. We
Two
got
more beers.
Last call.
What
Then
do you
we're
have
out
over
of your
there?
fucking hair.
I have
We
the,
said 2 more beers.
I have the
beers ago.
Mumford Legend Has It Pills, and I have the Claremont
Oh, it's pills.
Buddy Black Rye IPA.
Fuck the
Oh, hold on.
black
Are we doing both?
Yeah.
We also have
Do the
some other
black rye
pills.
first.
Put the pills away, and let's put this bottle away. The Space Trace.
That bottle might
put the
kill
pills
us.
Barrel
away.
aged. Wait. Okay.
That's
Listen.
going to be my road soda.
Wait.
And a lift.
Wait. Jay, give me that. Give me that.
In Connecticut, it's legal.
Pat, as our guest, we're doing 2 more beers.
All right.
There's 4 available to you.
You're putting this one away.
We're doing 2 more.
You have been believed.
I don't think he's done.
No, that one's gone.
That's going away.
That's going away.
Choose your weapon.
All right. Well, we have 2 pilsners and a black rye IPA. So I don't know what.
Please.
We have to drink that.
Please
You want a
be
cookie?
considerate.
Pussy.
Pat, please be considerate of the fact that I have 11 steps to climb.
That guy can go bye-bye.
Fuck
We'll
off.
go with the prettier can.
Pat, I love you so much because those are the 2 beers I wanted.
Well, that's the prettier can.
Yo,
I mean,
listen.
Pilsner
That's the
versus
same
Pilsner.
brewery
And
that
I-
sucked
all right,
a second
so-
ago.
I would say
We
go
say
IPA
this-
first.
This is about
So
a
hang on.
15-foot haul away.
So hang on. So
a little longer than that if I had to take a piss.
something
Go
that
ahead.
Pat just said and why he picked one of those beers is something we say all the time on this podcast. He just said it's the prettier can, and we've been saying
Hey,
if
you're
you're
fucking marketing
yeah,
guy.
pay your fucking marketing, pay your artist because
And I
9
would-
times out of 10 you're gonna pick a can based on its art.
I would like to say the Claremont, the black one, IPA one,
No, go ahead.
was the shitty beer. The shittiest beer we had was by that brewery, which
That's
was
why
the
we should
peaches.
go,
And
let's go with the black rye IPA first.
I was saying we should just throw it in the garbage.
You're a poopy head, so no.
I'm just saying.
Poop mouth.
I'm pulling that for a drop too.
You poop keeps coming out of your mouth, and you poop in your mouth. No, I just got a little bit of Life Legend Has It on my hand,
I mean, that's a great name.
and I licked it, and it was delicious.
It's a great
But we're gonna.
I
bypass
came that far.
Spell
Choice
came.
in bed be made. Couldn't
C-U-M-E-D.
Oh, we're getting to the end of the show where Jay,
Oh,
Jay
that is a
starts-
black
Jay
IPA
starts
or a
singing.
Schwartz.
He's been doing this the entire time. Where have you been?
I know, but every
I
episode.
opened it. I opened this thinking it was a Pilsner, and I poured it out, and I was like, something went wrong. It's a black IPA.
It's a black rye IPA, which is I've never heard those words before.
You know
in
what?
one sentence.
The
so.
next contest we should do shouldn't be T-shirt time by like movie quotes. T-shirt time should just be people like guessing what songs Jay is singing. Because I can never
Stop it.
I can never figure out. What
I was
the fuck.
telling Jeff to stop pouring.
Oh, I thought you meant me to stop talking about your
No, that would be a.
gay singing.
I'm tired, guys.
Well,
We've been
because
going.
it's fucking midnight.
Yeah, and no one's getting this far.
It's actually. Wait, no, it's midnight.
The content hasn't been worth it.
I
I'm
think
glad
like,
I don't have to work tomorrow.
No, it's-
T-shirt time should
Me
be if
either.
you got this far into the show. I'm
Yeah,
just,
like,
I'm
all
just
right.
throwing shit out.
Listen, if you've
I'm
got
not being- I'm
if
not-
you've gotten this
you
far
taste
into the
it?
show,
Nope.
email us heavydrinkingpodcast@gmail.com and just say 11:51.
Wait,
That's it, and you win a T-shirt.
everybody, shut up.
Yeah.
And then
Have you
First
tasted
come,
it?
first serve.
Have you tasted? Spell come. Have you tasted it?
Yeah.
Taste it.
Yeah,
Dave, hit t-shirt time.
it's different.
It's
God, I'm trying to taste beer here.
Multitask.
It's T-shirt time.
Don't you want a little taste of the glory?
this
Let's see what it tastes like.
this beer tastes like
T-shirt time.
It's a bookend sound drop. Don't cut it off.
Pat, I hope
I'm
you're taking
sorry.
notes because this is how you do a podcast.
All
this
right.
is how you do it.
Tastes like fucking shit.
I like it. I actually really like
It's
it.
a Schwarzbier. Is it? It's a malty
It's a
dark
Schwarzer.
beer that is dry hopped and called an IPA. Because that's what a black IPA is.
I see your Schwartz's. Is
You like this?
I
It's
love it.
different. It's not something I would drink a ton of.
I
Like-
don't think I could finish this, but I don't think I
Gotta
drink
be
a full
honest,
pint.
I don't like it at all.
If
I
I,
actually
bought a
really like it.
if I bought a 6-pack of this, I don't think I'd kill the 6-pack. But I wouldn't have a problem with one bottle or can.
It's terrible.
It's different. Different doesn't mean terrible, Jay.
I like how he's just sitting there like playing with his knife.
Don't make me hit you with the Biden, all right? I will stab
The
you with
Biden.
This little cheese fork thing here.
Is that,
a
is that your
Biden?
Joe Biden?
It's my joke.
Dude, that's actually a really good idea.
If
This
there's,
might be one of the worst beers I've ever had.
if there's any '80s kids listening, Jay looks like Mrs. Hannigan when Annie is doing her dance. He looks so upset when she's like, "I'm gonna get adopted by a rich bitch," and Jay looks like Mrs. Hannigan, drunk and being like, "Ugh."
Without my bathtub full of rum.
Yeah, it was a bathtub full of rum.
Oh, speaking of '80s kids, we got just for the record.
This beer is terrible.
Pat DiCaprio needs to let us know, John Rambo or John Matrix.
Do you know the difference?
John
between the two?
Matrix is not a person.
Yeah.
Commando or Rambo?
Commando.
Rambo.
Rambo.
Ham bone.
And that's the Heavy Drinking Podcast.
Wait,
We're,
who's? I
we're
still
gonna
wanna
go
know
ahead and
John
kick somebody
Matrix.
out of the house now.
Dude, this, I don't like it.
It's bad.
Have you,
I would just like to say that's
think
the
it's
first Andy
bad.
reference
I'm going to go out on a limb and
that
guess
we've ever had.
What
What,
reference?
30
none
episodes?
none of you have ever listened to the Brewlosophy podcast.
Nope.
No,
it's
of
a
course
it's
not.
it's a group of home.
I know
brewers.
of it.
Yeah, they do experiments and like a bunch of like tests of on different brewing aspects.
Yeah.
And the main guy Marshall started doing beer reviews with his two neighbors, Jersey and Tim, who know nothing about beer. They're like Coors Light.
New Jersey.
And it's literally like the greatest minute of my week every week. Because they'll get on the mic and be like, "Yup, they fooled us again. It tastes like a Coors Light, but it's not. It's got these hop things." And they just go like back and forth for like a minute, and it's awesome.
Jay, I need you to do something right now.
Okay.
So the other beer that we opened is called Legend Has It Pills by Mumford. Okay.
Sons.
But listen, I'm telling you something important
I've
right
never
now.
done that. I didn't like it that much.
I'm telling I'm telling you something important. I need you to do some research. Around the rim of the can, it says Mumford.
Rim job.
No, listen. It says Mumford times Run the Jewels times Interborough.
Oh wait, is this the one that you did with the?
Now listen, Run the Jewels is a rap duo.
That's Killer Mike.
No, Interboro is a brewery out of New York that brews collabs with like everyone.
Okay, but Run the Jewels is a rap group, and Mumford is Mumford. So look it up and see if this is actually a collab between Mumford and Sons and Run the Jewels.
All right,
I'm
so
gonna go with
weird.
no.
well, tell me about it.
I just fucking did. Do you listen to anything?
No, but you really didn't because you
I
didn't
saw
give me
lips
much to
moving,
Google
but I
anyway.
didn't hear words.
What's the name of the brewery? What's the name of the beer?
The brewery, apparently, which I can't collaborate.
So stupid.
It says Mumford dry hop Pilsner, sorry. But the crown of the can says Mumford times Run the Jewels times Interborough.
Legend has it, Mumford Brewing.
Yeah, it's Mumford Brewing.
Is it named Legend Has It?
Yes.
Oh, that's what it's called?
Collaboration with Interborough Spirits and Ales.
Shut your mouth.
But what's the Run the Jewels part? Because that's a fucking rap group. Well, I keep saying rap group like an 80-year-old man. It's two guys that rap. They're rappers. Dude,
Did you open? Come on, pour the damn beer.
I'm being grossed out by my own mouth.
They're hip hop artists. Those guys.
Mumford Brewing. /
The hippity hoppity.
I watched it.
No information.
A collaboration between Mumford and Interborough Brewing, along with the rap icons Run the Jewels.
I said rap!
The legend has it is a specialty dry hopped pilsner.
Who's ready for Run
Using
the Jewels?
a traditional pilsner as a base.
Killer
The
Mike,
use
right?
of Mosaic and
Killer Mike.
Killer Mike and the other guy.
I'm gonna fuck
I
this
don't
up.
listen to them.
Motueka hops,
Machueka.
whatever. During the dry hopping stage, give this
you
easy
ready?
drinking brew
Where do I
just
put
the right
this?
amount of hoppy bite.
I don't
Run the
think I've
Jewels.
ever had a Pilsner dry hop with a Mosaic before.
By a rap duo.
Run the Jewels.
Chris Costa making jump, jump.
No.
Oh, this has got the same odor that the other one had. That's Mosaic hops.
Odorous Arungus.
is what I'm supposed
Or
to
the
It's
or
pretty
the
good.
Motueka.
Postcoital snuffleupagus.
Snuffleupagus.
right? It was the Machueka, right?
He just called back
No.
from the same episode.
Yeah.
Did. That's what it is then. It's the Machueka.
I'm gonna
Yo.
fucking name a beer that. So yeah,
I'm not even kidding.
postcoital snuffleupagus.
Snuffleupagus.
Yeah.
But what
You're
was the
welcome.
other one? What was? Oh, Vinegar Strokes. The sour vinegar.
Dude,
Strokes.
I feel like every
Wait,
time I come
wait.
from now on, I'm gonna yell Machueka.
But wait, this is the crossover episode. So Full
This is.
Pours is going to make postcoital snuffleupagus, and we're going to counteract that with
Vinegar Strokes.
Vinegar Strokes.
Sours
And they're
are
going to
harder
be sold
to do.
in 4-packs.
I want
Let them do the sour.
Dude,
Actually, let them do both. Yeah,
I've
I want the
actually had a
snuffleupagus.
sour in a
Seriously.
barrel for 2 years now that probably is all vinegar at this point.
Vinegar
I forgot
Strokes.
about it.
All right,
so
you
it
guys
might
are
be your
making Vinegar Strokes.
Strokes.
We're making postcoital snuffleupagus.
No, we're not. Let's just let them do it and say.
can we
were
just
part of
make?
it.
I don't even want to make anything. Can we just make a pact?
How
Now,
about
from now
we just
on-
hang out and drink beer while I brew it?
We should.
That's the easy
But
way
on
to go.
top of that, I feel like for the next 2 or 3 months, when any of us climax in the presence of a woman, we should
Hopefully.
just say,
I should be so lucky.
I'm about to Machueka. And then when she says what, you just don't talk.
When she
after
says
that.
what, you go, Mauke! Honestly,
I'm
not even kidding. This Pilsner is
Then don't
really
be
good.
fun,
fucking
man.
really good.
This is a
Everybody
solid
else.
Pilsner.
It's so much better than the last beer. I'm so glad we had it.
Shout out to Run
That's
the
why I
Jewels.
picked the other one first.
Shut up. You didn't.
Yes, I did. I said let's drink the IPA.
No, this is actually
first.
very, very good.
Shout out to Run the Jewels. This
It's
is a
clean.
great beer.
It's a hot. It's clean, but it's hoppy, but it's very clean. Is what I want to say.
I love you, Dave.
It's
This is great, great beer.
It's a lot like Home Slice.
yeah.
Homestar Runner.
It's good.
Home
It's
Slice.
good, man.
Sort of.
From a record.
Excellent. For a Pilsner.
Is good. And with that,
I dig it.
thank you to Full Pours
His name is Pat
podcast.
DiCaprio.
And Pat DiCaprio. Well, you
doesn't
have
know
a
his words
you have a
this way.
partner,
Joe Belletti.
Joe Belletti,
He's
whose
here
name I
too.
didn't know.
You didn't know Pat's a minute ago.
At Full Pours, right?
That was
On all
hours
social
Full
ago.
media.
Pours Radio.
At Full Pours Radio.
Yep, and fullpoursradio.com.
FullPoursRadio.com. Check them out. It's great. Listen, it's educational. It's entertaining.
Or if
It's
you
everything
listen
we
to Full
wanted
Pours
to be, but
Radio,
never achieved.
or if you listen to Full Pours Radio, go ahead and check out the Heavy Drinking Podcast.
Yeah.
Thanks to
No, this is definitely a heavy drinking episode. I don't think they're gonna release
No,
this
of
one.
course not.
No, but I'll
we have
promote
to
it.
go. We have to go on theirs to do the crossover.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
that'll-
segment. A
You guys
segment.
aren't-
I think
I
one
won't
or-
lie, you
one
won't
or-
all fit in my office.
One or two of us should.
There you go.
I will be the best one to go over there because I can talk about beer.
Probably.
There you go.
I would also
Although-
like to thank Jennifer.
And say fuck a lot.
I would like to thank Jennifer for the LA beer episode.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Paperback Princess.
If you want to follow Paperback Princess, at
You're the real
Instagram,
princess in my life. Fuck Meghan Markle.
Meghan Markle's pretty hot.
Nah,
She's
fuck her.
really hot.
Hey, if
She's not
Jay,
black. She wants to be black.
if Jay goes and does your podcast, I should come along as Jay's hype man.
I'm okay with that.
I should just, like when Key and Peele used to do like the Obama, like his hype man. You know what I
Oh my
mean?
god, that was the funniest sketch ever.
I should just do that with you. Like you could be like, it's got a multi-starred, and I could tell by this be like, it's fucking good.
Dude, the fun that sketch was so funny when like Obama was like saying his shit, and then the guy in the background was like, "I said bitch," and then like Obama turned around, he's like, "I did not say that. I did not say bitch." That was such a great sketch.
So
Yeah.
that's that. So I didn't want to kill the climax in the moment, but that's the Heavy Drinking Podcast.
It is. We've been
It
heavy.
is. Thank you, Pat.
We've
I've
been
been
drinking.
heavy.
Oh my God, he started the music already.
We have been
So many things to say.
Flying Cornhole.
Flyingcornhole.com.
To
Lift.
Heavy 18.
Heavy 18. Use the code. Mom, I'm
Tap
sorry
room.
about that one time.
Taproom Tackers.
Yeah.
Room Tacker.
Mention Heavy Drinking Podcast or Full Pours and get a free sample of your own tacker.
Yeah.
Once again, Pat DiCaprio, Joe Belletti, Full Pours Podcast.
Yes.
Great guys. At least Pat is. Fuck Joe. I'm kidding.
Pat.
Joe's
He's
great.
working.
I know. I'm
Jesus.
kidding. I'm
Pat
kidding.
has. Have
No,
you
just
masturbated to National
we've
Geographic
gone
at any
beyond the
time
music.
in your life?
Wait,
What was that?
Have you ever masturbated to National Geographic? at
We're
any
not
time?
done yet, motherfucker.
He hasn't. That is a Heavy Drinking Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Jeffy has something to say.
hashtag run the jewels.
Oh, we're doing it again. We're doing it over again.
Yeah, we ran out of time.
Joe, I'm
Get
just
in
kidding.
there.
Joe's
The
nice.
mics are going to cut off.
Stop talking this time.
Joe's great. Joe's great. I
Joe's
love you.
great.
I love you, Joe Belletti.
It is.
You're a nice man.
Yeah. Yes. It's great.